One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
Is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs? It's understood that you are running for president for all people of America. Asking for specifics for black communities doesn't mean don't do for others, but black Americans are heavily asked to vote Democrat in every election for over half a century, with very little in return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Thank you, Zeke.
So before she answers that question, I got a couple problems with that. We've been voting for Democrats and we got nothing in return. Whose fault is that? You guys listen to the crap that they talk and everything they promise you, and then you're upset because you didn't get nothing out of the deal. That's your fault. You just said we've been doing this for decades, and because we've been doing this for decades, you owe us. I hate to break it to these people, but I don't know your crap. I mean, like, nothing. You're all gonna hate me right now. I'm simulcasting this on both YouTube and Twitter, and the folks upstairs and here on the red site, YouTube, are not going to like what Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying right there. I mean, I think sometimes I'm just going to have to start streaming this stuff specifically on X, because I'm going to have to now go back and delete that section where she was talking, because they won't like it. They won't like it at all. So I apologize, but the rules of the house that we're in, I have to abide by. It absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. But in any event, it is what it is. You can tell my disappointment. It's absolutely a bunch of bull crap. But anyway, let's go back to what Kamala was saying about you having to pay reparations for people you don't know and for nothing that you've ever done, because that's what she's saying. She's saying that at this point, you're as bad as anybody else because we all need to get paid.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for your work. So to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans. That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning history, to your point.
So let me know if any of you at your age right now, in America today, if any of you own any slaves. I'd love to know, because, we need to talk to you about you putting some money back. Or conversely, let me know if any of you are slaves who need to be freed and, given reparations to. Because I'm trying really hard to understand how this is going to work. You want to give black people now money for something they never did because you want to penalize other people for something they never did. Okay.
So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And
all right, so that should end her campaign. She did this, CNN, this is a piece from CNN who took a piece from her video, and this should basically be the end of Kamala's campaign. You just said on national television, actually this was a radio show, and then they rebroadcast it on television with their graphics, and saying that we need to study and look at reparations. It has to happen. I can't even fathom what percentage of the country would even remotely agree to that.
I've been very clear about that position. In terms of my immediate plan, I will tell you a few of the following. One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Class. My mother, worked hard, raised me and my sister, and
she said it. I was born in the middle class. I was a poor black woman. Whew. She's got nothing. I would hate to be a Democrat right now. She has nothing.
By the time I was in high school, she was able to afford our first.
But doesn't the Biden administration have to take some blame for the border, though? A lot of the blame? Because, the first 3 years.
All right, so I love this question. This is Charlemagne the God putting it right on the table. Don't you and Joe have to take some of the blame for what's happened at the border? Seems like a pretty easy question. Do you think you might be partially to blame for what's going on? A reasonable person, of which she is not, would tell the truth right here. But nope, she's not reasonable.
Y'all did get a lot of things wrong with the border.
No, Charlemagne, within hours of being inaugurated, the first bill we passed before we did the Inflation Reduction Act, before we did the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, before we did the Safer Communities Act to deal with gun violence, first thing we dropped was a bill to fix the broken immigration system.
Hold on. Okay, so you're saying the first thing you did was do a bill to fix the broken immigration system. You're lying. The first thing you did was fling the doors wide open. It wasn't broken. People weren't coming in. You and Joe opened those doors and then tried to be firemen who set the fire. You absolutely lied to this man's face. You've been lying to everybody. And it wasn't the first thing that you did. The very first thing you did was undo everything that Trump did.
I want to ask you about something you posted on.
So this soy boy on the right here that you're looking at is one of her campaign managers. I don't even know where she gets these people. He looks like Charlie Brown to some extent. And look at him. Tim Waltz, this guy, you're surrounding yourself with soy boy beta males for some reason. So he gets a question, and of all people, CNN claps back at this guy.
On social media that is related to this, you posted a side-eye emoji in response to Trump dropping out of a planned interview with CNBC, alluding again to Trump's mental fitness. Now, the vice president was invited to appear with them, but declined. She also declined to be at that Bloomberg conversation, or to have a conversation with Bloomberg, I should say. She also declined an interview with Time Magazine. Declining media hits really isn't an indicator of mental fitness, is it?
All right, so this guy just outlined to him, you know, you're mad because Trump won't play games with Kamala, doesn't want to debate her anymore. And you're saying there must be something he's hiding. He must be unfit. You know, there's all these problems with him. Then the guy states, well, your candidate won't even do an interview. She won't do anything. So what do you got to say to that, Soy?
Well, you know, I think anybody who thinks that the vice president's dodging tough questions should tune in tomorrow when she sits down with Fox News.
All right, so I got a problem with that. Big problem. Big problem. If anybody thinks that she's been dodging tough questions, they should tune in tomorrow when she's being interviewed on Fox News by Bret Baier. Let me just check. I'm looking on my monitor here. It is October 15th. So you're saying if you've had any question about her dodging tough interviews, watch tomorrow. What about the last 3 months? In addition, I posted this on Twitter and I put it inside the forum. Which, by the way, if you haven't joined, you need to join. I don't trust Bret Baier. I don't trust Bret Baier this much. Why? Because he still works for Paul Ryan. And I think tomorrow is going to be an epic sandbag. I think Bret Baier is not going to come out in full force and hit her hard. Nope. She had to have been given some reassurances that he wouldn't do that. There's no way she would have opened herself up to Bret Baier and said, okay, bring everything you got. So I'm going to call BS, and I'm just going to, hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not thinking that Bret Baier is going to bring the heat to Kamala Harris at all. Might as well just let Neil Cavuto do it.
For an interview, and so I think she's out there taking questions even from really tough corners. Today, his appearance at Bloomberg was the first event he has done in one entire month with a mainstream media outlet. Everything else has been in conservative media or friendly spaces.
Do you see?
So they don't like the fact that he's getting billions of views on some of these podcasts. It drives them crazy. Why? Because she can't do it. Nobody cares what she has to say. And so it's bothering them, and they're trying to deflect because she can't do anything. Notice, the guy from CNN didn't even mention what happened with 60 Minutes. Didn't even bring it up. That said, hey man, you guys fudged the entire thing. Just let it go, like it didn't happen. So you're going to love this next piece, and you can see where the Democrats are going. This is about to get really squirrely here. They obviously have some plans as to what they want to see happen.
As the potential for havoc.
Well, first, let me congratulate the reporting on this, because I think it's so incredibly important. And look, this is 100% about race. Let's don't pretend it's anything else. It has been from the beginning. Where are all these suspect votes? Detroit, Philadelphia, Atlanta. What do they have in common? High percentage of African-American voters.
Notice I showed you some videos earlier today that the black people themselves no longer want the hyphenated label. They no longer want to be talked about as African Americans. We're Americans. I am an American. My race does not dictate my ideology and my naturalization. I am an American. I saw a comment earlier and I saved it because it's the typical BS comment. I got to pull this up. And maybe I misconstrued it, but this person goes, I love how you think you white. I love how you think you white. The one thing I have never, ever been able to avoid, not that I would have, is that I'm black. Anybody can see that I'm black. Unfortunately for Mr. Ebonics here, and I fear for your children, I actually understand the English language, number one. I don't have to go, you think you white. Number two, in addition to understanding the English language, because my parents taught me a long time ago how to read and write, you know, the 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic, I have been able to obtain a certain amount of success over the years. Obviously, you have not. Doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make me a bad person for being different than you. I don't identify with anybody, brother, sister. I don't identify with anybody based upon the color and melanin level of my skin. It's a shortcoming as far as you are concerned, not me. I don't feel that way at all. You see, you are specifically who the Democrats cater to, because they want you to continue to be on that plantation where, you know, people who look like me, because that's what you're saying. I love how you think you white. Never, ever, ever have I thought that. I'm sorry you feel that way. Now you can basically slither off. Maybe they've blocked you already, but you can slither off to, you know, back to Toby's hut. Not really interested in dealing with people who don't understand that they're not defined by their color. You might want to go back to 1968. There was this other black guy, and when he was talking, he said, you know, he would prefer his children, like your children, would be judged by the content of the character, not by the color of their skin. You might need some educating, because these people that you listen to right now, they're infecting your brain, man. They're like worms.
Those that voted not to certify those elections were basically trying to disenfranchise millions and millions of black voters. It's that simple.
All they do is just go back to the same tired, old playbook. They got nothing.
You know, they can't stop blacks from voting anymore the way they did in the 60s with the same kind of success, though with these voter challengers they're going to try. And I think that what is really to fear here is put yourself in the mindset that the Trump campaign really doesn't think it can win.
MSNBC at this point is a study in gaslighting. It is a study in psychological warfare. It's a study in terms of how they've been able to keep the black people on the reservation. It is 2024, and you've got some idiot here saying that the Republicans are really coming after you disenfranchised black people who don't know enough to hear what certain candidates are saying. 2024, and today Kamala and her acolytes are out there talking about reparations and disenfranchisement. Those are two things that tell me for sure you're losing, and you're losing bad. Because instead of talking about the economy and a whole bunch of other stuff that people actually care about, somehow on October 15th, you're talking about frickin' reparations.
The popular vote or the electoral college. You look at this campaign, it makes no sense. He's not trying to add voters. What they want to do is they want to win the election night until the inauguration. And if they can go in and they can violently disrupt these counting centers, how will states be able to certify elections? You burn down a counting center in Arizona. How does the governor certify those elections? What world are we in then? And I think that we really have to anticipate that, think about it. One of the great ridiculousness about this big lie campaign is there was not one Secretary of State in America, majority of whom were Republicans, who said that the election in their state was anything short of by the standard rules and fair and free. But
That's not what they said, but you by now you know that. I'm not even attempting to relitigate that. That's not the point of why I included that video. The reason why I included that video is because they're getting desperate. You're on a national news network where you hope to reach certain people, and you're not even talking about the stuff that people actually care about. You're talking about just complete crap. What are you offering? You're saying Trump's not offering anything. Oh, that's right. You guys are offering fake loans and pot.
Stop Trump.
Discrimination in home.
All right. Many of you know I've been involved in real estate for 25, 30 years. Been buying homes, selling homes, developing condos, all kinds of stuff. What she's about to say here is so badly, it is pandering to an exponential level. I feel embarrassed that she is actually saying these kinds of things to black people. It's a short clip, but listen to the idiocy spoken by Kamala Harris.
Home appraisals. We've taken on the fact that, those stories about a black family is trying to get their home appraised. They want to get a second mortgage, they want to sell the house, whatever. And they bring in the appraiser. The appraiser looks around, looks at the family pictures, and appraises it for less than it's worth.
This is a woman who obviously hasn't been buying much real estate lately. She excuse me, is a complete moron. I know Beth and a few other you people work in the mortgage and real estate business. She's lying. Do you know how, at this point, do you know that just about everybody right now can do what's called a desktop appraisal? Do you know there's sites that you can go on that'll give you the value of your home plus or minus a few bucks? Do you know there's places you can go online and they'll give you an actual offer for your home? No sight unseen. If you give me the address of your house anywhere in the country, I can come back within 15 or 20 minutes and tell you what that house is worth. I can also tell you what I'd be willing to pay for it. Those are two different terms. One is what it might be worth. One is what I'm willing to pay for it. Can do it in about 15 minutes anywhere in the country. The only thing I require is an inspection, because online I can't see if the furnace is broken, if the AC is not working, if the seawall needs to be fixed. And so for like $300, I don't send out an appraiser, I send out an inspector. And that inspector doesn't care what pictures are on the wall. An inspector doesn't care what you're cooking for dinner. The inspector is going to come in and go, okay, we're going to need new windows, we're going to need this, we're going to need that, we're going to need the other thing. Almost every single person I work with, that's how you buy a home. But then, Barry, what about people who need loans? Oh, you mean a mortgage. So a lot of mortgage companies are also now using desktop valuations. They will send out the appraiser, who basically will act the same way as an inspector. Hey, listen, I already have a desktop appraisal here that says this home is worth $300,000. Before you get out there, when you get up, let me know what you think. Are there going to be any repairs? Is the roof still on? Just let me know that. They're not walking in going, wow, these people are black. I have a, how can I say this? I have a little clue for Kamala. Most of the time we know who lives in the house before we even go out there. Oh yeah. Because that's all on public records too. Boom. Who's there? Oh, Leroy Johnson. Oh, Leroy is probably a black guy. Let me go ahead and look on social media. Oh, yep. Yeah, he's got a couple kids. She's an idiot. She's an absolute moron. And it pisses me off that this idiot host just sits there. They just, oh, yeah. Oh, that's how. And I'm going to show you an interview that Trump did right after this to show the difference when you push back on something. These people never push back on her.
Family knows that. They're not stupid.
The black folks got to remove photos.
So
books,
then they
DVDs,
remove photos and everything else, right? They remove
all the blackness.
All of.
Roland Martin, such a shill. Such an absolute shill. Talking about, you got to remove the blackness.
That. And then they ask a white family that's a friend of theirs, come in, they put up their pictures, and the house gets appraised for more. Racial bias, we're taking that on for the first time.
Tell me you don't believe that crap. Tell me you understand she's completely full of crap. It doesn't happen. And if it does happen, it happens like this much, and at that point you just get another appraisal. You can do that, right? So if the appraiser comes in and it's like, hey, listen, my value is a lot lower than I thought it was. Well, hey, Mr. Johnson, why did you think your property was worth more? Well, I put on a new roof and everything else, blah, blah, blah. So, and you go down the appraisal and you look and see, did he credit you for having a new roof? What did he credit you? What did he deduct? And let's talk about it. You don't have to take the appraisal that the mortgage company has sent out. You can get your own appraisal and go with another mortgage broker. Nobody says it's a one-time thing. Hey, listen, I'll approve your loan, and I'll approve your loan at about 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9%, and I'll send my appraiser out there in a little while to check out the property. He comes back in, and you thought you were going to get 300, and the guy goes, no, it's only worth 285. It's called a negotiation. And then if you have the information that can say, listen, I think it's worth more because it's got a pool, that house that you compared it to doesn't have, I could go on this for an hour. Suffice it to say, she's full of crap. Completely full of crap. So let's listen to something that Trump did today.
I think it's the greatest job in government. You show up to the office once a month and you say, let's see, flip a coin. And everybody talks about you like you're a god. Oh, what will he do? I mean, before, the guy used to walk into my office, he was like begging. Oh, he was fine.
But you did talk about you talked about removing him once.
I did, because he was keeping the rates too high.
Yeah.
And I was right. What does the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong about
You're trying to turn this. You're trying to turn this.
You've been wrong.
No, you're trying to turn this into debate. There are business people. There are business
people. You're wrong. You've been wrong.
That's how you go back after an interviewer. Someone who's trying to basically take you on and tell you, this is how it is. And I'm a businessman. I know more than you. And that's what Trump was feeling. He goes, you're wrong. Here's why you're wrong. And you can hear the crowd clapping for Trump.
Wrong all your life on this stuff. We're going to put tariffs on them, and they're going to do, and you know what they can do? The Mercedes-Benz will start building in the United States. And they have a little bit, but you know what they really are? Assembly, like in South Carolina. But they build everything in Germany, and then they assemble it here. They get away with murder because they say, oh, yes, we're building cars. They don't build cars. They take them out of a box and they assemble them.
You see, most reporters wouldn't know how to combat this type of interview. You're talking to somebody who knows a lot more than you do, way up the food chain, per se.
Have our child do it.
Tariffs also have another side. Isn't that something that you have to acknowledge?
No.
You could be plunging America into the biggest trade war since Smoot-Hawley.
But there are no...
Oh, he thinks he knows a little bit more than Donald Trump right now. He's about to get schooled.
You're going to stop. There are tariffs already at the moment.
There are no tariffs. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States, and you don't have any tariffs.
But people, a lot of places like...
How about...
So understand, this is the economic club of, I'm not sure where it's from, but Bloomberg's talking, and the audience is full of people who are, who know business. And they just start clapping. This is Bloomberg, so this wasn't a home game for Trump. This was people he had to win over, and he did.
About this, Gavin Newsom, he's the governor of California.
Newsom.
He signed Newsom.
Oh, you're a little bit offended there. He don't like that Trump calls him Newsom.
I call him.
Yeah. But do you think?
No, he corrected me. He corrected me. I said, that's the first time I've been corrected.
There are CEOs out here. If they said those sort of things about a rival CEO, they'd be sacked. Do you think it's fine for a president?
But they don't have to survive like me. They don't have to go through what I have to go through.
This guy's there's CEOs out here in the audience, which Trump obviously knows. And he goes, if they said that, they'd be fired right away. He goes, yeah, but they ain't me. Sorry about that.
There's never been a president that's been treated like me, so I have to fight my own way.
Well, you made a...
Did you hear that? Okay. There's never been a president who's had to go through what I have to go through, so I got to fight. I am not going to be one of these panty-waist Republicans that just sits back and takes it. You'd think by now these people would know it, that you need to come armed with better information than what you're coming through, because he's not going to take it. So it is what it is. This is the guy that we want for president. I want a fighter. I don't want a soy boy beta. I don't want a cuck. I want someone who's going to get in there and fight. So tomorrow, just a little programming note. Tomorrow we have, this is going on.
And active voters in our nation. It is essential that those voters understand where these presidential candidates stand on the issues, which they say matter most to them. Those key issues we'll talk about include the economy, abortion, immigration, healthcare, daycare, child care, and more. Members of the audience will put their questions to former President Trump and current Republican White House nominee. Again, be sure to tune in Wednesday, October 16th, just right around the corner, right here on the Faulkner Focus.
All right, so tomorrow is a huge day, as Trump would say. Huge! Okay, so programming note. Go ahead and write it down so you guys are ready. So tomorrow at 11, I'll go live at 10:30. We'll get ready for the Trump town hall with Harris Faulkner. That audience is going to be nothing but women. They're only bringing women in, and they're going to be asking Trump questions in New York City, which obviously means it could be some people who are adversarial to Trump. Nonetheless, he's going to be doing it, and he's going to be doing it live. All right, so that's at 11. Then, I forget what time. I believe it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cover Kamala Harris's interview with Bret Baier. Let's see what he brings. If he actually asks her a question, we're going to talk about it. Let's watch that together. And then the third broadcast will be at 9:30 at night when Trump has his rescheduled town hall in Miami with Univision. The man is everywhere. You got these idiots saying, oh, he's dodging stuff. Well, tomorrow he's down in Miami, down here in South Florida, doing a town hall with Univision. Spanish. It's going to be kind of weird for those of you who don't speak Spanish. How it's going to work is people in the audience will ask a question. The interpreter will then tell Trump what the question is. Then Trump will give his answer. And then the interpreter will tell the person what Trump said. Which is kind of hard because most of the people down here speak 3 and 4 languages. They speak Spanish, they speak English, some of them speak Creole. I mean, so I don't know if they're trying to make it look like, Spanish TV and on purpose want the people to ask him questions in Spanish. But anyway, that's how it's going to go. Ask the question, get it interpreted, he'll answer, the answer will get interpreted, and they'll go that way. So that's going to be at 9:30. We're going to watch Bret Baier with Kamala at 5:30, and then tomorrow morning at 10:30 we're going to have that Harris Faulkner town hall. So breathe with me, and what I'll do also is I'll simulcast all of those on Twitter/X as well. All right, so here we are at 7:37. Trump should be taking the stage momentarily. I think I timed this right if he's on time. In the interim, let's go ahead and look at some comments here, and while we wait to see if somebody else comes up that we may want to take questions from. Harris baby got back. Jonathan Rogers Harris does not lie. She likes Trump. Yep. Okay. Yep. They're going to bring up the sacred cow of the Democrats and talk that way. Kamala thinks people are stupid, so she lies and lies and lies, which must be working for her because her audience doesn't seem to understand she's a cackling liar. Good point. Are there no black appraisers? Like it would matter, but I see your point right there. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Barry. Love your patriotism. Absolutely, thank you. I'll be here about 6 a.m., Sean says. Geez, Barry, you have many dates, too. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with this man. This man, no, he don't sleep, and so I can't sleep. So I got to keep running with him. She's stupid. She's very stupid. And people listen to that. She just counts on them being, all they're doing at this point, trying to recapture some of the black vote. The only way they think they can recapture the black vote is go for the racism angle, which is insulting. If you wanted to change some of these people who are black or Hispanic, you wanted to change their minds and get them to come over, how about just treating them like regular people? What a novel thought. You can actually treat somebody like a regular person, speak to them in the manner they want to be spoken to, but no, you go immediately hard with the racism. Obviously, it hasn't worked. Obviously, seeing the numbers, you're 20 days away. You're still trying this lame stuff? Crazy. In California, you lose your real estate license for any of that. Very serious. Yeah, nobody at this point is going to basically put their license on the line for one loan. You know, what's an appraiser get? $350, $400 for an appraisal? Yeah, that ain't worth it. Hey, Beth. Beth says, I think Univision does a translation for the people watching that don't speak or misunderstand English. Great idea. Going to get my man to watch. Okay, so that's a good point. Although the people talking may know Spanish and English, there may be people at home who watch the show who don't speak Spanish. Good point. Great point. I see what the problems. People just want to watch TV, no research. Yeah, that's a big part of it. That's a really big part of it. But it's not true. That's why her numbers are tanking. She's relying on things that happened a decade ago, how they used to run things. She's not understanding that everything is information at this point. I mean, literally, within minutes of her having that interview with Charlemagne the God, it was everywhere. There was no filter. Within minutes of her screwing up with 60 Minutes, it was everywhere. There is no delay anymore. It's all in real time. Every little bit of it's in real time. And it's almost as though the Democrats aren't prepared for it. Because if you know it's in real time, you know as soon as I get done talking at this interview, someone's going to see it. Be ready. But she can't. So I'm interested in seeing what Bret Baier talks about. They got, okay, just to let you know about Fox. Bret Baier has come out and said it's going to be recorded live and then broadcast unedited. They only have 30 minutes. So you've told her in advance you only have 30 minutes. So I've been talking right now and showing you clips. I've been talking for nearly 42 minutes. If I don't give you time to answer, ask me more questions, and I filibuster, then how many questions is she going to get in? I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. Here in Georgia, voted Trump, me and my daughters today. I heard the lines were absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. They are so removed. Sue, you're right. They are very, very removed from reality. And they're living in and campaigning in an alternate reality, thinking that people don't see the difference. Black, white, green, everybody. Everything is everything is recorded live. You're absolutely correct. At the time it's being recorded, it is live. Yeah, but I think what people are thinking is that it's going to be recorded and then edited and then put back together like they did with 60 Minutes. And Bret Baier says no, he's not doing that. Okay, we'll see. Is Charlemagne a woman? No, he's a black radio host guy. I just hope that Univision will not deliberately twist the translation. Great point. I did see that there were some people who were watching in the chat room on another channel when they did Kamala Harris's, and they caught them doing just that. The guy asked a question, she responded, and when she responded, what the translator said to the guy isn't what she said. So be careful with that. Let's see here. We vote Saturday in Louisiana. Very nice. Hi, Barry. Founders of the... I can't post that. A bunch of Harris signs in Athens today made me sick. Mostly poor areas. Trump everywhere else like crazy. Yep. So we're just waiting for him to show up. Early vote in person. Please do that. North Carolina starts early voting Thursday. Can't wait. Good AI will clean up the edits if they have time. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see for sure. Yeah, Bret Baier. I don't have any confidence in him either. It's crazy. I think it would be better to watch Trump in other channels. Okay, what's up? Oh, my dog just came in. Let's see here. Barry, to be honest with you, Oh, and the teleprompter on Univision. Yeah, that was too. In Univision, the teleprompter was on. So I'm waiting to see if anybody comes up. I see somebody saying, that they wanted to hear the speakers. Well, okay, that's fine. I'm here to see Trump. And that's just how it is. If somebody pops up and they're not too controversial, I can play it here. If not, sorry, can't do what I can't do. Barry, you're awesome and very smart, and thank you for all your time and knowledge. Thank you very much. Let's see, early voting starts tomorrow in Tennessee as well. Okay. I'm watching the screen, see if anybody walks up. Nothing as of yet. Why do you think, okay, that was a good question. Where did it go? Great question. Why do you think she's having an interview with Brett? She wouldn't have anyone else on Fox? Well, everybody past, I'd say, 7 o'clock, she's not going to talk to. She's not going to talk to Laura Ingraham. She would eat her alive. She's definitely not going to talk to Jesse Waters. Definitely not going to talk to Sean Hannity. And really won't talk to Greg Gutfeld. So that takes out the entire evening host group. None of them. Who else is left? Bill Emmer and Dana and Brett, and so it's easy. It's easy. She knows if she got in front of any of those nighttime hosts, any of them, anyone from the 7 to 11, any of those hosts would shred her, and it would be lights out. So that just tells me that Brett Baer is probably going to be soft on her. I mean, let's see, people affected by the Trump. Brett, like Michelle Obama's DNC speech. He did, yeah. So he had posted something earlier today, which was kind of weird. Brett posted, hey, let me know what questions you'd want me to ask her. And people are like, all kinds of questions. But the biggest question is just ask her the hard ones. Don't let her BS you. Why did you not take any action to close the border? And Miss Harris, please don't discuss the bill, because the bill would have taken some time. Why did you even open the border? What's she going to say? Why, when you saw XYZ happening and gas prices going up, why didn't you give more permits to drill? I mean, these are real simple questions. Why not ask her the real simple questions? Why did you not allow more companies to drill? Trump's big thing is drill, baby, drill. Okay, so if you know what Trump's going to do, why did you not drill? And I said it yesterday. If you are that much of a climate enthusiast, if that's what you truly believe, then say it. Hey, listen, we don't want to drill because, we think that blah, blah, blah. We want people to go to EVs. We don't want people driving gas cars. Say it. Be a woman, stand up, take your lumps, say what you really mean. They won't. So will Brett ask her those questions? Why didn't you drill? Why did you drain the strategic petroleum reserve? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Make her answer questions, but she won't. She won't. And I don't think he'll even ask her those questions. When did you know? And when did you see that Dementia Joe wasn't all there? Why didn't you say anything? Put it this way. There may be some faith we can put in Brett, because she couldn't even answer the questions on The View. The question on The View was, would you change anything that Dementia Joe has done? No, I can't. No, I don't think of anything. I think we did everything right. If you couldn't handle that, how are you going to handle Brett Baer? And how you definitely not going to be able to, no way she can go on Joe Rogan at this point. Nope, not a chance. Not a chance. Joe Rogan will not give her any guide rails. It would be awful. Now she stole Trump's idea to show clips. She's got, the people running her campaign are not marketing people. They're being completely reactive. And so right now they realize she's way down, and oh, that worked for him, you should do it. Not realizing by doing these kind of things, people can see you're just reacting. You are no longer basically leading a campaign. You're just reacting to what he's doing. And so the same thing with podcasts. She started going on podcasts, but she couldn't do that either. She went on that with the girls' podcast where they talked about, nasty stuff. Why'd you do that? You're not, and I know why, because she cannot answer any of the real questions. And if anybody puts her to it, it's over. So earlier, when I was talking, we looked at the poly market numbers, and they're just getting worse. Let me show you this. So since we talked in my previous show, this is poly market right now. 57.7 to 42.1. So right now, as we're sitting here, a 15.6% lead has opened up for Trump. And if you notice where the bets are coming from, Pennsylvania is now 12 points up for Trump. I hope you guys can see that. 12 points up. So I'm waiting to see what happens with Nevada. They still have her up 2 points in Nevada, but she's showing to be losing Pennsylvania big. Michigan, they have her. No, Trump. They have. Okay, so Trump is way up in Michigan. He's 8 points up in Michigan. Let's see Wisconsin. Trump 8 points in Wisconsin. Folks, this is why I've been saying it's over. It's not even close at this point in terms of what's happening. Now, poly market is what it is. It is not the end-all be-all. Doesn't really mean anything until people actually vote. But it's a good forecast in terms of what's been going on. And there's something with poly market that's really interesting to me, is that Trump has opened up what amounts to being his biggest lead since she became the candidate. He was crushing Joe. And here, let me show you this. Give you an idea here what happened. Where is it? Okay. When you look at the historical numbers here in terms of how this entire thing has happened, you can see that this was July 22nd. June 27th, right here, was the debate right there. Boom. So they wasn't too far off, and then all of a sudden it dropped off completely. So if that big drop off is where you can see with the blue and the gray, well, the blue is Kamala, the gray is Dementia Joe. He dropped off the chart on the 27th after the debate. Trump went skyrocketing. And then for no reason, really, she just kept growing and growing and growing to where she basically went ahead right here on August 15th. She was up 8, or was that 9? 8 or 9 points on Trump. And then she's come crashing down. So they had her somehow up high, but the more she got out there and the more people talked, the more people realized this isn't what we want. And so now she's actually worse than before, and her trend line is down significantly. Absolutely, definitely still have to vote. Don't even think about not voting. Tampon Timmy is a ship anchor. This dude did an interview today, and he was basically attacking J.D. Vance. But the way he was attacking him made absolutely no sense. He goes, this guy here, J.D. Vance, he's a venture capitalist. And then he says, I swear he says this, I don't even know what a venture capitalist is. Excuse me. You're the governor of a state that, businesses come in and businesses go out. Businesses, I assume, want to do business in Minnesota. And you don't know what a venture capitalist is? And you're saying it's bad because J.D. Vance is successful? These people are toast, man. They're absolutely toast. I don't even know who they're talking to. Tampon Tim is going to be in the butt slammer once his accuser takes him to court. Yeah, really. She will make a good PM look good. I'm looking at some of this stuff. Every time Kamala opens her mouth, she says something stupid. And as you said, profoundly, which is causing her numbers to go just absolutely to tank. So it's 7:55. Trump is still not out there. This is a smaller theater outside Atlanta. It's not a big arena, so I'm not sure they would have had any problem for security. Not really sure how long it's going to last because it's not a rally, it's a speech, so we shall see. Where was that? I'm 67 and I've never seen anything like this. I don't think anybody has. I don't think anybody has seen something so crazy as to what she's doing. Jules says, I think Brett Baer will be down the middle fair. If he's serving up softballs with no follow-ups, it will be glowingly obvious, which will hurt her even more. Unfortunately for her, even with a great showing, it's too little too late. That's what I keep telling people. Today is October 15th, so you got 16 days left in October, and with weekends and football, which Trump is taking advantage of this weekend, watch her try to copy that. So those of you who don't know, Trump is attending the Pittsburgh Steelers New York Jets game this Sunday, and he's doing it as a part of a voter registration drive. Kamala, maybe she'll go to an HBCU game or something, but who knows? Who knows? They'll try and fix it. Barry, did you see the article where they were talking about using military force against citizens? So, that was a video that I posted in the Fanfare group on Twitter. If you're on Twitter and you're watching this right now, if you join the Fanfare group, you will see that video with Rand Paul. And it's scary. It's absolutely terrifying. It's a subject that we can't talk about here. That's another one that they'll probably freak out if we talk about that authorization. But if you go over to Fanfare and join the community, there's a video. It's like a 4-minute long video, and he talks about the authorization and everything else. What Mountain Man is saying here is 100% true. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. There's a story about Touchdown Timmy. Yes, I know. I haven't got any verification on it. Yeah. Mark, you're funny. Kamala will go to a Transformer game. She should go to San Francisco, but nobody watches those. Let me see here. Somebody says 63. Britta says, we grew up in a free country. People used to be able to disagree with respect, but it's a spiritual battle now. Absolutely. And it's not just a spiritual battle. It is a spiritual battle. And you've got different people who have taken sides because of, I personally think, things they have done. I don't know what's going on with Mark Cuban. Don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense. Billionaire who doesn't possibly want to pay that kind of money with capital gains, but he's for it. Somebody's asking about the authorization. Is that like martial law? Actually, it's worse. You got to see what that authorization does. Mark Smith says it won't let me join. So Ashley or Beth or any of you guys are on here. Maybe you can help him out so he can get in. Bella's party at Patio Garden. I've been running around all day for my birthday. I'm late. Did I miss it? Nope. He hasn't come on yet. Of course not. So he was waiting for you. That's probably what's taking so long. He was waiting for you to come up here. Thanks, awesome. Thanks. Is the Mitch still alive? Not sure what that means. Why do people keep talking about my body, my choice? Is it okay for men to play in women's sports? That would be a good question for Brett to ask her. You know how Trump feels on it. I'd love for her to tell everybody what the answer to that question is. Harris is a copycat. Obama is a copycat. They don't do authentic anything except, yeah, exactly. Well, those polls are awesome. The polls at this point, again, I went through an entire, why is my feed not working? I don't know. Because I went through the polls earlier, the poll that matters in terms of that's what I called it. You should probably check that video out. As for your feed not working, I don't know. Not really sure. Barry, Trump will win the popular vote and the electoral vote this year. I would love for that to happen. Love for that to happen. Well done. Somebody said I just joined X. I've had so many people. So some of you obviously haven't looked to join X. Let me just take a second to discuss that with you. Why am I over there? I am not abandoning YouTube. I will continue to post. I mean, today I did 3. Tomorrow we're probably going to end up doing 3 videos as well. Trump is driving me. I mean, his schedule at this point is crazy busy. But we'll keep up with him. But I see an opportunity over on X that I don't see on YouTube. So what is that? I see an opportunity where we can discuss whatever we want, whenever we want, how we want, without Big Brother telling you can't talk about this or talk about that. I had a couple people text me today and say, well, Barry, my account got basically suspended because I said this or that. And I'm like, well, what did you say? I mean, yeah, there's free speech, and then there's stupid speech. There's idiot speech. Don't do the idiot speech, but they're not going to shut you down for just talking about something unless you're saying something that you shouldn't be saying. Well, Barry, it's free speech. I should be able to say whatever I want. No, you shouldn't be able to say whatever you want. If you called me the N-word, I would click the button on you too. If you called somebody else the N-word, yeah, they'd probably click the button and report you. If you called somebody a effing, you know what, they'd probably report you as well. So just be nice. Say your point. Say what you would need to say, and also understand there are people on X who will try to debate you, bait and debate you, and try to get you to say something so they can get you booted off. There's people whose entire careers are based upon shitposting, and they will do their best to get you engaged in something that's going to piss you off. My biggest thing that I would tell people is don't argue with idiots. You can't win. That's the easiest way. Somebody says something stupid to you, just go ahead and hit the block button and move on. Do not argue with them. You're not going to convince somebody not to be an idiot. They're going to be an idiot. Yeah, no violence, no racial slurs, stuff like that. Yeah, there's trolls on X. Just one other thing about our community, we've got, let's see, I think about 5 different moderators that check it and do different things, including my wife, not including my wife and myself, so that's 2 more. And we're approving people, and so if somebody puts up something that shouldn't be there, it may get posted, but it'll get taken down very quickly. There's also a filter that certain words can't be posted. So if you post something with one of those words, and then you text me and say, hey, I think they just deleted my post. No, it just goes away. So just understand that. But one of the things about X is that we're able to see everything. There's no filter. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not so good. Praying for Trump's landslide. Oh, great. Gina, you got unsuspended. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, you can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid, and you can't argue with stupid. Stupid people are there to antagonize you and cause problems. If you can't say something nice, yeah, your support is greatly appreciated. Hey, Roaring Rage. Roaring, are you on there? Barry, I want to join X, but it won't let me. Why won't it let you, James? You gotta give us more information. It's very simple. Maybe your email address is something. You may be like me on Open Table. If I try to book a reservation at a restaurant, I think I've told you guys this before, Open Table will kick me out because of the email I'm using. It says, nope, that email is canceled before. 2 times, 3 times. So check that out. I went to X and I'm getting the same content as YouTube. Then you're following not the same people. You see, there's two how can I say, reactions to what you just said there. One, you may be following the wrong people or following the exact same people. In our community, what's really cool is you're not waiting for me to post something. everybody in there is, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? Hey, check out this video. Check. So there's so much content in there. People are telling me now it's like a whole different side of X. Number two, if you're waiting at the end of the day for somebody like me or some other guy to create a video for you, then it's already stale milk. On X, you're going to get it as it happens. So the minute something happens, let's say, like last night, there were idiots all over X saying that Trump had a nervous breakdown, he couldn't finish his rally, which we know because we watched it, isn't at all true. And that way, but it was happening in real time. So just what's it say? Barry, I'm on X, but don't see your podcast. So let me just check, because I haven't checked to make sure that everything is working fine. I'm sure I would have got an email or text from somebody, but let's see. I'm on my page, and yep, there I am. There's 2,700 people watching right now, so it's right there. That's me with my white hat talking. Just a second or two delay because I was looking down. So I'm there. You guys just have to realize how to negotiate things and basically find your way around, but it's there. I posted a picture of my Trump hat asking to see others, and it never showed up. Where did you post it? Did you post it in our forum, or did you post it someplace else? Please let me know so I can take a look at that. What do we have here? I googled the tutorial for X. It works great. Not to mention Barry also showed us how. Yeah. So if you guys are needing more tutorials on how to even post, I will check that for you. X is working for me, but it won't let me post. Okay. Catch X. I can't watch X on my TV. That sucks. All right, so that is coming. There's a lot of changes coming to X, and one of them is XTV. And XTV, you will absolutely be able to check videos. So if you're having problems, where is the video on X? The one about military against us. That is in our forum. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Let me put this up. Is this it? No, that's the wrong one. Beth or somebody can give you the link, but it's in our forum. Yeah, in the search field, put Barry Cunningham, click follow, and then below it is you'll see the. Let me go ahead and do it and show you. All right, so when you get to my home page, that's what it looks like, and then right here is the link. The banner, you just click that and that'll take you into the forum right there. As of right now, in a little under 2 days, we've got nearly 3,500 members. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. And once you're in there, you will see, for now you can mirror from your phone. Yes. Tried installing X on my Android phone, but not getting through. That sounds like an app issue. I don't know. Mine's an. I have a Samsung. As well. What else we got here? That military video is awesome. Yeah, it's in there. So you just get in there, and it'll probably be one of the top videos because everybody's watching it. Let me see if I click in. What I'll do is I'll comment and put a tag to it, but it's in there. It's in there. People are. I mean. One of the things I love is people are absolutely just descending. And it's so different than what you're doing now. Understand what you're doing now. I think more tutorials would be great. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make tutorial videos, and I'm going to hashtag tutorial. That way at the very top, you can see tutorial and just click on that. But what I was going to say is, unlike what you're doing right now, you're posting a comment. And when you post a comment, all you're posting is text. There's nothing else there. It's like, hey, blah, 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 like the one on the screen. I think more tutorials would be great. Well, if Charles Lacey was on X, he could actually post a tutorial. If he's asking for help. But let's say Charles knew how to create whatever he wants a tutorial on. he could actually make that tutorial. It's very simple. You just pick up your phone or on your computer and you just make that tutorial. So it's 8:09. I'm checking the monitor here. Still nothing, no sign, anything about him coming on. Okay. Brian, finding your post is not a thing. Okay. I love that you guys are asking these questions. Just bookmark the video on Ron Paul to watch later. Okay, good. You found it. I tried to ask Ashley, but she didn't respond about that, so I'm asking you. Okay, what are you asking me? Ashley may not be on tonight, but just let me know. All right, so people are seeing it. People are now seeing it. That military video made me sick. I wish I didn't see it. I can't imagine why our government would have authorized what you're going to see. Understand, when you look on the video, there's no violence, there's nothing gory. What she means when she said, I wish I didn't see it, it's the content of what has been authorized. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So it says Trump is moments away. Okay. My ex just booted me. I think people are messing. I wish I didn't see it. Where'd that go? My ex just booted me. I think people are messing with Elon. No, it might be a problem, but you can give it a shot. Okay, Barry. What I'm seeing is the white hats taking too long and trying to keep us occupied on Kamala Harris stunts. I'm bored. This crap needs to finish. Want them out. Want them gone. Hey, Barry, love your channel. Veteran over in Wales. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Never been to England. Did you see the choir from Japan performing for Trump? No. Okay. No, I got to see that. People are asking what video. All right. So here, Mark Colon is posting it right now. Where'd Mark go? This is what was authorized. It's a video about that order that was authorized to do what he says on the screen right here. September 25th, I think, was the day they authorized it, so just about a month ago. And I looked all around to make sure it was real. It's real. So I don't know what they have planned for us. Pray. Pray. Because it's crazy. Teresa, that's the military video. It's about what Mark said about the Department of Defense. You got to check it out. Any news on what happened in the town hall last night? Well, everybody I checked and everybody that I looked at said he just felt it was, I don't know what happened. I don't know what kind of medical emergency it was. I remember him saying a couple times, hey, that looks bad. That looks bad. Perhaps they had to do defibrillation. I don't know. But whatever he saw put him in a different mindset. He didn't want to continue with the questions. He decided just to play music and talk to people, which was fine with me, and I'm pretty sure it was fine with everybody else there too. I've never used X until now, and I'm following Barry. Woo-hoo. All right, get up in there. Get up in there. Unconstitutional. He's talking about the military video, and he says the military can't comply. I would think most military people wouldn't comply, but it's those fringe people that I'm worried about. I'm absolutely worried about that. Let's see, America Rising. Let's see, they definitely have something planned. Yeah, I keep telling you. I keep telling you that prepare. We had a great thread last night where people were talking about prepping and everything else. Yeah, you got to prep. What's the worst that could happen? You spend some time and a little bit of money that eventually you're going to eat the food anyway. But at least you spend some time now getting ready, and if you get ready, then you're okay. But the stuff, the little breadcrumbs that are dropping here and there, kind of freaky, man. Kind of freaky. Ugh. This is the reaction everybody's saying once they see that video. It's eye-opening. Go look at it. It is really eye-opening. You're going to go and like, oh no, tell me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Yep. You're going to see it. The Japanese choir is awesome. I seen that some years back in Newark. Okay. But go watch that. Go watch that video. Somebody said stay frosty. Absolutely. X has all the juicy stuff. Hey Barry, can I get a forgivable $20,000 loan? Yeah, call Kamala. She giving out ducats, man. 20 grand. You ain't even got to pay it back. Where is that video? It's all over, but it's also in my forums that we put together. So just ask one of the people here. How do I sign up for X? Okay. While we're waiting, I don't see anybody coming on stage. Okay, nobody coming out yet. Very simply, you go to x.com. Probably the easiest website to remember, x.com. When you get there, it's going to say sign in or create an account. You go ahead and create your account, and what's going to happen is you got to put your email address in. You might have to put some other data in, contact information, and then wait until you get the email. The email is going to say, welcome to X. And then you're in. It's literally that simple. They're showing the backstage area, but I don't see Trump coming out. Is the video only on X? Maybe it might be some stuff out there, but it may be elsewhere. I don't know. X banned me permanently for suspicious behavior, and I begged them twice to let me back on. I never get an answer. I beg, please. I'm on here on YouTube 3 times a day. So the suspicious activity, if you were at the time, because Robin has had she's on her 3rd account. I would suggest, just telling you, once you get on, open 2 or 3 accounts under different email addresses. Just go ahead and do that, because if one gets taken away, you still can enter. So Robin's main account, she got banned back during the purge days. And luckily I had some dummy accounts and she's been using that. So what I would tell you to do is, if you've been unsurreptitiously banned for, quote, suspicious behavior, go ahead, if you're on Yahoo, create a Gmail. If you're on Gmail, create a Yahoo. But create a completely separate email address. And when you create that second email address, try again. Maybe also you may want to use a VPN, because they may have tagged your IP address as well. So there's ways that you can do it. I mean, it's a lot better now, but a lot of the people who were suspended before, those things are still lingering. What video are y'all talking about? What is the video called? I would look up, let me see. I would look up Rand Paul Department of Defense. Let me see. Or is that Ron Paul? It's the older one. Who's the older one? Rand Paul. So it's Ron Paul then, because Rand is the current senator. So I'm going to look up Ron Paul. I don't see it anywhere else. I'm looking, don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. So I can't help you. I'd have to look around and see if I could find it somewhere. Wow, got purged too on my 3rd account. Is that recently? Give a link to the video. I would, but I can't get to it right now. If I could get to it, I would do it, but I can't get to it from what I'm doing right now. Put the video on a link so I can see it. Well, Barry, I saw something funny on Instagram. When you look for the new people, I saw your picture right next to Harris. What's up with that? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't even tell you. I mean, I know there's some imposters out there as well. Ron Paul is the older brother. I mean, is that the dad? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, maybe do this. Maybe search, like somebody said, search Ron Paul warns about the military. Maybe that'll show up. Let me Let me go ahead and I can't see that. Okay, somebody says I found it by searching DOD. Yeah, it's pretty bad, and it's true. That's the other thing. It's absolutely true. Let's see. Just be careful how many times you. That's another thing. Yeah, just be careful how many times you post something. It might trigger them as you're spamming. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's a new account. A new account, maybe do 1 or 2 a day, or even 3 a day, and then space them out so they can see that the algorithm can read what you're doing. Is your forum going to be free for those who have joined? Yes. Just wanted to ask again. Haven't got an answer. Okay, well now you do. It's free. Go ahead and get on in there. It's free. Anybody who's there now will not be charged, and I doubt we will be charging in the future. Let's see here. Other people are like, "Where's the video?" Okay, get the video. What is the video link? Beth, can you? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody looks like they just posted it. This SV says this is it. Not sure. It's kind of hard looking at it that way. If you can see, I just seen that video. Amazing. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Found it on Rumble. Okay. Yeah, it's out there. A lot of people are posting it. Where's your Spanky Trump hat? My Spanky Trump hat is... you can't see it with the lights. It's back there, up there, one of those shelves back there. It's kind of small. Makes my head look too big. You can also search this as well. So anyway, there's a video out there, and that video is Ron Paul talking about a authorization that has been put out that is scary. Who would use it? Why would you use it? Under what circumstances? Against who? I don't know. But I mean, when you start thinking about what they're talking about, it can get kind of squirrely. I have to be verified to send you a DM. How do I do that? You don't want to. I mean, to get verified, you have to pay. If not, you can just you don't need to get paid to send me a message if you just go into the forum. So that was one of the other reasons why we wanted to make it easier, so I didn't get a whole bunch of direct messages. If you join the forum, you can post something, and that way I can reply to you as well. Let's see here. I joined X 2 days. Where was that? I joined X 2 days ago. I'm learning how to interact. Yep. Yeah, you just got to learn. It's really, really simple. And once you get into it, you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. People can actually comment back. They can reply. They can post things. And, you know, those of you who are on X watching this right now, you're like, tell me something I don't know. Yeah, well, that's what it is. So we're waiting for Trump. He's late. It is now 8:22. He has not come on stage. So nobody has missed anything. Not a single word of his speech have you missed. He has not showed up on stage as of yet. I don't have any information as to why he is late. These things happen. If you've been watching these rallies and speeches, just all of a sudden he'll show up and just walk out. I don't know if it's based on a security detail, but it just says moments away. So let's just wait. Garden Gal says, I just watched a minute of that video. The military can be used against citizens in our country. It's not constitutional. I forgot they got rid of the Constitution. Good point there. Barry, you're the most informative person on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you. X is pretty cool. I joined last night. I'm amazed that so many people haven't been over on X. Again, the difference is it's me or other YouTubers feeding you information, saying, hey, have you seen this? And you want to check this out? Here's my opinion on it. Versus you being able to find what you want to find and be able to consume what you want to consume. As I said earlier, I am going to put together a list and post it in the forum. And at that point, it's going to be a bunch of cool people I recommend that you follow. And if you just follow, I mean, there's probably going to be 100 or so people on that list. And if you follow what they post, you're going to see a lot of content that you don't ordinarily see. There was one thing today, maybe that we're burning time. I didn't want to show it earlier because I didn't think we would have the time, but maybe I should download it and play it now just in case we have something to talk about. Let's see. Where's this video? Okay, this is, yeah, maybe I'll just put this in real quick so you guys can hear it. This is Donald Trump, who is talking to Glenn Beck, and he is reacting to what Bill Clinton said yesterday. So Bill Clinton decided he blamed he blamed Kamala Harris. Well, I'm gonna just let you see it. Let me pull it in real quick. I can do this because I can do it pretty quick so you guys can see it. Since we got some time we need to go over, let's listen to this. All right, so let me play it and we will react to it.
I don't know if you've heard this yet. I want to play some audio. This is Bill Clinton today talking about Laken Riley. Listen to this.
You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up. So we need immigrants that have been vetted to do work. There wouldn't be a problem.
I mean, he sounds like he's campaigning for you.
Yep, that's come a long way. You see, that's probably where they're going, because they were for open borders, no talk. Anybody comes in, just walk right into our country, which is insane. And now all of a sudden you're hearing people talking about, well, we need people to come in. But the damage has been done. You have to understand that we have 21 million people came in. Hundreds of thousands of those people are from prisons and from gangs and drug lords and human traffickers and murderers, and they're here. So we have a problem. He's a little late in saying it.
I know.
Because we have a big problem. We have people in our country that are going to be murdering a lot of people. Laken Riley is a beautiful young lady. I know the parents. I know everything about her. What happened to her is just horrible. But you have many cases like that. Some you don't hear about, but they're there. Aurora is really bad. When you look at what these Venezuelan street gangs have done, they've formed, and they've taken over buildings, beautiful buildings in a very good place. And they're basically in the real estate business. They've taken them over with machine guns instead of with finance.
What frightens at least me is she's not in control. No. Biden's not in control. And they're talking about changing our nuclear strategy with Russia. And I don't know who's making those decisions. And I have to tell you, Mr. President, I mean, have you read Nuclear War by Annie Jacobson?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
That's terrifying. I don't know how you would make the decision as president of the United States that quickly.
It's the biggest single threat. When these people talk about global warming and they worry about the ocean's going to rise in 300 years by an eighth of an inch, it's like, it just infuriates. Now, at the same time, I don't even like talking about nuclear.
Right.
That's how bad it is, okay? So, during my administration, you probably never heard the word nuclear. I purposely. And now you're hearing it every single day. You're hearing it all the time. And you know who issues it a lot is Putin now. He's issuing that word a lot.
I know.
And that will be, there will never have been anything like that. The level of power, I'm the one that rebuilt it. I rebuilt all of our military. I rebuilt it at the highest level. I hated
in many ways, I hated to have to do the nuclear, but I did because we have no choice.
Right.
We have other countries. We have 5 other countries now that are, as they say, nuclear capable, and that's too many. That's actually 5 too many. The truth is, I think I would have had a deal with Russia and with China to denuclearize their stock. I really think we would have had that. All 3 of us agreed on it conceptually, and I think we would have done that. But COVID came along, and we had to fight that battle.
So, what Trump was talking about, and it's kind of scary to even think, because if Dementia Joe currently does not have the capacity to be running this country, I think we all can basically agree that to be true. And we've seen Kamala Harris being a cackling idiot. Understanding there's no way, I don't care what general, there's no way she would be in a position to basically order nuclear strikes right now. So it's all on Dementia Joe. Do you personally think that man is running the country? Do you think he's in his right mind to declare when and when not to strike? I don't. I think we're in a really precarious situation. I think it's terrifying to think that Joe Biden would be in charge of the nuclear football, but I think it's scarier to think that somebody else that we don't even know is in charge of launching something, especially what happened with North Korea and South Korea today. So, not really sure of the entirety of what went on, but I understand that some tunnels or something got blown up in South Korea by North Korea, which basically they are our allies, so we would have to basically protect them. I don't know if you guys knew that. Let me see if I can pull that up. How close we're getting to nuclear war. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right, so this is just 3 hours ago, so it's still fresh in terms of what's going on. It says Kim Jong-un is blowing up the roads and railways that interconnect North and South Korea. South Korean military opened fire on North Korean soldiers in the demilitarized zone when they tried to cross it to plant explosives on the road. Kim.com, a good source, says North Korea prepares for war. They blew up the roads and rails that used to connect North and South Korea. Kim Jong-un has ordered military artillery units to move near the border with readiness to engage. If the U.S. starts a war with Iran, WW3 is guaranteed. All weeks before our election here and months before inauguration. And then so when you couple that with what Ron Paul, his video said about the authorization and the possibility of a war happening over there, or basically being the spark, we got some scary stuff going on. Not sure if you're aware of what's going on in Gaza and Israel. That, at this point, is becoming, even people who are Israel supporters, which I am, are starting to go, oh no, you can't do that, man. You can't. So today, a story comes out is that Israel is contemplating starving out people in Gaza, no longer allowing food to go in. That, I don't know if you heard that, but to me that's terrifying. Let me see if I can pull that up for you in case you haven't heard that today. Let's see if I can find information on that. But that was something that I saw something. I mean, it's getting crazy over there in terms of what they're doing. And again, no president in sight. Joe's not doing anything. I know that was on a site called Zero Hedge. Let me see if I can find that article. I don't know if you guys heard that. I don't know if it was a threat to see if those people over there would capitulate. But let me see if I can find it. This could get absolutely nuts. If you guys haven't been following this is some of the reason why I've been telling you to go ahead and get ready, because things on multiple fronts are about to go boom. Let me see if I can find this. Let me search for it. Trying to find this article. Can't find it in time, but we can talk about that tomorrow. Is that they're talking about basically starving people out, which that's bad. That's really bad. The DOD video, yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Let's see here. Middle East needs Trump. It's almost as if everything is about to blow. And we have Secret Service walking out to the stage. Or is that Byron Donalds? That looks like it might be. Well, it might be Byron Donalds. Let's see what Byron has to say real quick. He's probably going to bring Trump on.
In Georgia. You know, they told me early voting started today in Georgia. And something tells me that the America First movement in the state of Georgia is alive and well, and in 21 days. In 21 days, Donald Trump is going to be the 47th president of the United States. I've been a little busy, Georgia. Been around doing a lot of different media interviews, dealing with the press, dealing with the left. Well, that's okay. You know, we really can't boo them too much because it's not really a fair fight. You know, I'm out there and we're doing battle, and then we make them look bad every single time when we educate them. You know, when we educate them and we bring the facts about why people want Donald Trump back. When we explain to them that the economy was better under Donald Trump. When we say that Americans could actually afford and buy homes under Donald Trump. When bacon was actually a decent price and you can go buy 2 packs instead of just 1, that was under Donald Trump. When you talk about the fact that, you know, the country was actually secured, we weren't overrun with illegal aliens, that was under Donald Trump. And a funny thing happens, and it happens to me, it happens to JD. By the way, JD's doing a great job, isn't he? Great job. You start to make a point, and then they cut you off. And you're like in the flow. You're about to say, you know, no, let me explain to you exactly what's going on. And then they want to change the subject. They don't want to talk about the reality facing the American people. But that's okay. You know why that's okay? Because more Americans, as the days go by, realize that we have the recipe for success in America. I was home yesterday and I was talking to my local Republican Party, and I said to them something very, very simple. I said, you know, in Southwest Florida, we turn out the vote for the state of Florida. We make sure that the vote turns out. That's our job back in Naples and in Fort Myers. There's a couple of y'all in here. Y'all know about that. Some of y'all visit. You love it down there. I'm telling you, I love it too. But hold on, Georgia. But now it's your turn. If you want a foreign policy that makes sense, you got to get out and vote. If you want men out of women's sports, you got to get out and vote. If you want the largest deportation force, you got to get out and vote. You know, for everybody at home, a funny thing has happened in polling over the last 8 to 10 years. Almost 60% of the American people now believe that the best thing to do is deport illegal aliens and send them home. The Democrats have gotten immigration so wrong and so backwards that even Kamala Harris had to put Trump's wall in her ads. Can you imagine that? You know, I figure if they ask her what's her plan to secure the border, she's going to say, you know, I grew up as a middle-class child. We also need to protect our children. We got to protect our children. You know, before I make my next statement, let me just say this. Ladies here tonight in Georgia, and by the way, ladies, you look great. Y'all all look good. Digging the jacket. I like, there you go. You know, I'm digging that. That looks nice. Ma'am, I love your hair. I see you right there. Yes, yeah, you. I'm pointing at you with your glasses on. I see you. Yes, ma'am. Hair looks good. Ladies, in this election, there should be no gender gap. Because a Trump presidency is a presidency that has a strong economy, has safe streets, has a foreign policy that makes sense, and it is a presidency that respects women, actually protects Title IX in America. Oh, the press doesn't like talking about that one. Yeah, Kamala Harris is destroying Title IX, which protects women's sports in America. She is destroying it. Donald Trump will protect it. So ladies, make sure you get out and vote for Donald J. Trump. We need you, ladies. We need you. But this point now is for the fellas. Fellas, men. Let me hear you, men. We talk about the economy, we talk about immigration, we talk about foreign policy, but let's make one thing very, very clear. Fathers want their boys to grow up to be men. I have 3 sons. I'll be damned if you're going to tell one of my sons that he's going to be a girl. When you're an adult, if there's something you want to do with your body as an adult, you want to change genders and do all that stuff, that's a decision you make as an adult. But in America, we are going to protect the welfare of children. Under Donald Trump, we're going to protect the welfare of children. We're going to make sure that little girls can grow up to be strong women who are in families with their husband, and they have families that continue this great experiment called the United States of America. You see, we know that there are people who struggle in life. Ain't none of us perfect. I'm not perfect. We all have our struggles. And for the people who have struggles, we have empathy and care for them. We want to make sure that they get the help that they need so they can be productive citizens. But the radical left wants to use the good nature of Americans, the empathy of Americans, the compassion of Americans to destroy the lives of young people before they get a chance to be adults. And Donald J. Trump says, no, we're going to protect children in America. You know, when I was doing CNN this morning, they're a little concerned. I mean, if I saw Kamala's polling, I would be concerned too. They were trying to lecture us about the gender gap. But women, don't worry about that. You're going to come home and be with us. It's going to be all right. You're going to vote Donald J. Trump, and we're going to make America great again. That's all right. But the male gap in voting is the largest I've ever seen. You have black men who are now looking at Donald Trump and saying, you know what? I'm with Trump. I see you, brother. I see you right there, brother. I see you. 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 I see you, brother. I see y'all. Uh-oh. Oh, man. See, Trump did it now. Omega Psi Phi's in the house. Okay, brother. Okay, brother. All right. Okay. Hispanic men are saying, you know what? We need to secure the southern border, and I need an economy that's going to let me pass something on to my kids. They're rolling with us. And for the liberal news and for the Harris campaign, if you want to call it toxic masculinity, be my guest. You know what we call it? We call it manhood. And manhood is needed in America today. Oh, I'm cooking now. Oh, I'm cooking now. I'm on one. Yeah. So you see, Georgia, what you're going to do here in 21 days is the same thing we're going to do in Pennsylvania. It's the same thing we're going to do in Wisconsin. It's the same thing we're going to do in Michigan. Nevada, you better watch out. Roll the dice with Donald J. Trump. Arizona, just come on with us. Because over the next 21 days, all of you are going to get out and vote. You're going to get your cell phones out, grab 5 people, grab 10 people, say, come on, Unc, come on, Auntie, come on, sis, come on, friend. Friend, come on with me. We're going to vote. In our country, there's only one way that you protect the greatest nation man has ever known. There's really only one way, and that is with the voice of the American people. Are you with us? Are you going to make sure Donald Trump is the next president of the United States? Well, Georgia, we got 21 days. Let's get that job done. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Georgia. Let's make America great again. God bless you guys.
I love when I hear speakers that make me want to go run through walls. That's the kind of guy I want. I noticed a couple people were like, no, they're not into Byron Donalds. That's okay. I hope it was just because, I don't know, maybe you didn't like his accent, because he's all MAGA. Just because he's black and how he talks, he's for it. And he didn't say anything that myself and a bunch of other guys and ladies here, as Amira says, sick and tired of estrogen men, bring back the testosterone. Absolutely spot on. I am so sick of beta cucks. I'm over it. I'm over them. Like I said in an earlier video, that's why she's losing so much of the black vote. That's why she's losing so much of Hispanic vote. You're trying to tell people that they shouldn't be masculine. By telling people they shouldn't be masculine, you're telling them that they're not men. I mean, it's basically at that point you're taking the manhood away from somebody. I don't think they understand it, and if they do, that's some sinister stuff right there. To tell a man you being a man isn't good. I don't know how you do that. I just don't know how you do that. Testosterone baby Jesus had it too. I guess the more low T guys they have in their party, the easier they are to control. I mean, that must really be what it is. I mean, I showed you one of her campaign people on CNN, or was it MSNBC, and they just look like soy boys. I'm not saying it to basically denigrate somebody, but when you don't look like you could really handle yourself if you went out. I know from the woman sitting out there, almost every woman wants a man that can protect them, a man that can provide for them, a man that they can cry on his shoulder. Most women I know want that, and they're not looking for the soy. I gotta find that video, because you guys, we talk about it a lot, and now a lot of people are beginning to talk about this toxic masculinity crap. I gotta find that video of that white dude for Harris. And that white dude for Harris, when he said, "I don't think I should have to protect and provide for a woman." Well, it's pretty simple. At that point, you realize that you won't have to worry about that. You keep broadcasting that, and you won't have to worry about any woman basically depending upon you. Now, I see something. They're talking about prayers for a nation. If they're going to pray here, we got to cut to this.
In women's sports, it's about larger take-home pay. It's about getting a...
No, not yet. All right, so he hasn't come out yet, but they say they're gonna have prayers for our nation, I guess, before Trump comes out. So someone else I know does a prayer night. That's me. Byron Donalds is the House of Representatives for the GOP. 100% be my protector. Yeah, and you can be and I'm sure Mia would say this, you can be someone's protector without being overly, oppressive to them. Like my wife would say, I need you when I need you. Don't not need, don't be over me like that, but just need me when I need you. Let's see, are they praying yet? I keep seeing a sign saying prayers. Hold on.
And retire.
Nope, no prayers yet. I have a young grandson, and one of the things that I'd like to impart on him is to understand, he's got 2 young sisters. I had 3 young sisters, and we had a foster child, so I had 4 young sisters at about the same age as he was. And you have to understand, it's your job to make sure that those sisters that look up to you, you protect them. It's the same thing with a husband. It's your job to make sure that woman feels secure at all times. Robin knows, I feel like Matt Damon when I walk into a restaurant in that movie, The Bourne Identity. Because as soon as I walk in, I'm looking. And I'm scanning. I feel like the Terminator. I'm scanning for threats, possible threats. Where's the exit? Where's the doors? What are we doing? Okay, if this happens. And it's just, at this point, it's just part of my psyche. I don't stop and go, okay, the door's there. No, you just quick scan. You look and see what's going on. And like, we're going to go sit over there. So I can see the flow and different things. Be careful these days, especially right now with what's going on in this country. When I'm talking about the that part in the movie when he says, I just do things differently. He's talking to his girlfriend, and she's like, different like what? He's like, did you notice that this man sitting 2 tables over had this or that? She's like, no. That's what I notice. I notice these things. So I notice these things. It's part of who I am at this point. And at this point, Robin can see in my eye when I see something I don't like. I'm just scanning a room, we're talking, we're having a good time, and then I happen to see something. And she knows if I ever said to her, we gotta go, there's no question. We got to go. There's something I see. It's my job to make that call. We got to go. Hasn't happened maybe since like once or twice where I've just had to say that. And at this point, we both know, boop, let's get up here. Here's pay it and get out of here. Something doesn't look right. So I keep checking. It says President Trump is moments away. Connie says, amen to real man. Donna says, Barry, it's just carrying out the word. It's biblical for the man to be the protector. Great point. Very good point. Very good point. Let's see here. I love the guy, black, white, and blue. Who cares? He's awesome. Absolutely, you got to care. Situational awareness. There's too many people who just walk around with blinders on. And in this day and age, depending on where you are and how you're traveling and where you're going, you have to have situational awareness. Doesn't mean you're paranoid. It means you're prepared. You understand. You should. Somebody taught me a long time ago when I was training in martial arts. Never go someplace you don't know how to get out of. And it more than likely don't count the way you came in. So if you go into someplace and you know where you need to do to get out, and it won't be the way you come in, that's an advantage that you're going to have over most people should something happen in an environment that you're not prepared for. These beta cucks don't think like that. They're not built that way. They're not made to basically protect others. They're gonna run to the front door, and when they find the front door locked and someone's out there doing something, they're stuck. So anyway, did you see the new edited version of the video with Mike Johnson? Yeah, CBS, horrible, absolutely horrible. So what this gentleman is talking about is CBS did an interview with Mike Johnson, and they cut it so that again it would show what they wanted to show. And then someone got a copy of the actual unedited piece, and it's so different. Ashley. All right, so Ashley says, would now be a good time to show people how to join the live chat on X. Let me see if I can pull it up. Good point. Ashley says we're broadcasting live on X, but some people are having a hard time finding how to get engaged with the live chat. So let me go ahead and bring that up. It's so simple, you're going to go, duh, I didn't know that. So there's my big mug right there. And if you went here, because you see the live button, that means I'm live right now. So if you click it here, it takes you right there. Boom! Just like that. Oh, people are like, what are you talking about? Okay, let me do it this way. Okay. Let me just move this over so you guys can see. But I click the live button, and where is it? You can't see it on here, but it's over here on the right because I'm on desktop. So let me just see if I can make this bigger so everybody can see it. There it is. Okay. There it is right there. See it? See all the chat right there? And how easy it was for me to get there. So if you're on X and you want to go, like say you want to go to my page and you brought me in, and right there you see it's live. Now if you saw the actual post and I'm live right here, same thing. Click down here, and when you click here, a window is going to open up. And then when you open that window, there is the chat right there. Everything is simple so you can see it. And as you can see, it's moving fast here like it moves on YouTube. So that's all you have to do. That's simple. Boom. Ashley, I hope that works. Yeah, it was funny. She was texting me the same stuff that I was saying. So it's very, very simple. I saw 5 berries. Yeah, I had a lot of different things. But if you just go to the homepage, no, X is too confusing, I guess. Nope, it's not confusing. It's actually easier than YouTube. It's actually easier. So you can just go on there and click on the profile picture, and it takes you to the window. And on the left side is the video, and on the right side is the actual chat. Let me see how it looks on a phone. So if I go to my own profile and I click here, let's see what happens. Wow, there's 3,000 people watching right now. And I'm opening it up, and it's right there. Yep. So it's very, very simple. You don't have to worry about logging in again or anything. So I'm looking at the crowd. They seem to be getting excited. Yeah, hey, SB, new stuff is always confusing. Absolutely. Down the home stretch, we got 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. October 15th, so it's 16 days, 21 days. Learn boxing and learn how to use a pew-pew. Absolutely. Once you get the hang of X, it's very easy. It's intimidating to start, but it's very easy once you get into it. Just work with it. I've learned so much on it in one day. You'll be amazed. I'm telling you. Just the amount of content that you'll be able to consume, and you'll love it. I have never run. Good point here. I have never run across an alpha male Democrat. Real men are Republicans. Well, it seems like they keep chasing him away, because obviously, you can look at the guy. You can see that RFK Jr. Dude's a stud. And he's got too much of that toxic masculinity as well. You know, he works out in the gym, and he's eating right, and we can't have that. I don't know why, but you're absolutely right. You hardly see him. You hardly see him. They're showing Trump's videos. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Let me see if I can put it on, but cut this. See if I play it, people on Twitter are going to want to hear it because you can actually show it. Let me see what the sound looks like.
Politicians who will put their own power ahead of the interests of the American people, our freedom, and our future.
The left told me to hate Trump. When you cut through the lies, you realize the truth. American families were better when Donald Trump was president. We were safer, wealthier, and stronger.
So if you love this country, if you want to stand up and fight for the future of our nation, you must re-elect Donald J. Trump.
All right, so life hacks. Guess I missed Trump's speech. It was scheduled an hour and a half ago. Nope, you didn't miss him. He hasn't walked out here yet. So let's see if he's about to walk out. And if he does, I'll kill the Lee Greenwood music. I got to find a way to split the feed next time so that people on Twitter can actually hear him. It appears as though he's ready to walk out, and here he comes, finally. So an hour and a half late, or not late. We don't know what his schedule is, but here he comes right now. Let me go ahead and show it to you and kill the music. So right now, as you guys who have watched here before, I cannot play the music on X. So here he comes out to make this speech. And as soon as he begins talking, I will, of course, put it on, and you won't miss a single word. I promise, you won't be missing anything. Right now, he's playing the music to God Bless the USA, his walkout theme song. I wasn't going to vote, but I changed my mind and just registered to vote Trump. There you go. There you go. You registered to vote Trump. Better late than never. We never know. We don't know what security is like back there. We don't know. When the heck does he find time to sleep? I don't know. I mean, when I get done with these things, it's usually, especially the nighttime ones, it's usually 10:30. Then you got to get something to eat. And I think to myself, he's got to do the same thing. You're saying it's only 9 p.m. Central Time, but he's in Atlanta. So what a packed house in this theater. Woo, look at the people in this thing. Yep, I got him on, Sarah. He is on. We're walking out. He's coming out. I'm waiting for the music to stop, and we can actually show him. Wait until he walks up to the mic. Orange Man, good. Yeah, Orange Man, definitely good. I am an American badass. Okay. I like the confidence there. Barry, if you were on Rumble, you would, or Getter, you would be able to play the music. Yes, I probably could, but guess what? I'm not on Rumble or Getter, and this is a business, not just a hobby. So, in any event, there are different restrictions. He's walking up to the mic, and let's go ahead and see when he starts beginning to speak. All right.
Oh, this is some crowd. This is what our group. I know so many of the people. Oh, these people. They're tough as hell. They're from Georgia. They should be tough. I want to just say a special hello to Georgia. You have a lot of excitement going on outside. You know that, right? Right, Kelly? We have a lot of excitement going on outside. We're doing very well, they tell me. But, you know, one day's not too much. But looks like we're doing pretty well. What do you think? Congressman Barry? Right? I hear we're doing well. I'm thrilled to be back in the incredible state with thousands of proud, hardworking American patriots, which is what you are. You are hard workers, and it's going to pay off. We're going to take back our country. We're going to turn it around so fast. Before we begin, I want to send our love and prayers to everyone here in Georgia, hit by the hurricanes. You got hit hard, as well as Florida, North Carolina. They really got hit hard. South Carolina got hit pretty hard. Virginia, Alabama, and Tennessee. That's a lot of hurricane. That was a big hurricane. I thought we were sort of over. Yeah, that's Trump country. You're right. It's Trump country. It is indeed. We love it. We love the people. We wish they took better care of Trump country, right?
Let me know how the volume is, everybody.
So with the families of every citizen who was tragically lost and all of the people who lost their home. A lot of homes were lost, too. A lot of people were lost. The citizens of Georgia are tough and resilient, and the state is going to come back stronger than ever. We're going to make sure it comes back stronger than ever. And I want to thank you, Governor Brian Kemp. He's done a really good job, and his staff for the work he's done and they've done. And God bless you all despite the storm. Early mail-in voting in your state is now underway. And early in-person is underway. But I'll tell you what, I'm hearing very good things now. It hasn't been going on too long, but we're seeing numbers. They're saying, wow, those are big numbers. So, in fact, they set a record for the number of ballots today, right? A number, right? So if you have a ballot, return it immediately. If not, go tomorrow as soon as you can. Go to the polls and vote. Then, for the next 21 days, get everyone you know to get out and vote. We don't want to take a chance. We can't lose this country. We're going to lose our country. If we're not successful, we're going to lose our country. From the very beginning of this journey, I've been on a mission to rescue our nation from a failed and corrupt political establishment. And are they corrupt? $500,000 for a painting. That's not good, is it, huh? I said, well, that one they'll never get away with, Byron. I said, no way. How did Byron do it? Did he do a good job of it? Great guy. Stand up, Byron. Big star. Barry, he's going to be a big star, this guy. Do I have him right? He's going to be a big, he already is a big star if you get right down to it. Thank you very much. Good job. I heard every word. I was taking pictures. I said, boy, that guy's doing a good job. And to give you back the country that you believe in, the country you were born in, and the country that you deserve. That's what you want. Everywhere you look, under Kamala Harris, the American standard of living is in a free fall. Nothing works. You ever notice? Nothing works. It's like everything they touch turns to, I won't say it. No, everything they touch, including their rescue plan, which they didn't even have a plan. You're working more hours for less money to afford smaller houses, worse cars, fewer groceries, with absolutely nothing left to save. Our schools don't teach. Our cities aren't safe. Illegal aliens are pouring in by the millions and millions and millions, and we're teetering on the brink of World War III. Other than that, I think we're doing quite well. Kelly's saying, man, this is really depressing. But exactly look, we're down to the wire now when you think, huh? 3 weeks from tonight, the people of Georgia are going to end Kamala Harris's reign of failure. And we are going to launch a new golden age of American success for the citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. Going to be a golden time. And I want to thank a man named Elon Musk because he did a big favor. He did. You know, when I was down here, early on, I was down and we were with the folks and they were going, sir, we need Starlink. I said, what the hell is Starlink? He said, do you know Elon Musk? It's the most incredible thing because especially in North Carolina, they had no communication whatsoever. They were just right there. They were just wiped out and they had no communication. And it's hard to get. So I called up Elon and he endorsed me. He gave me the greatest endorsement. And how about that rocket the way it came in yesterday? Was that crazy? Was that crazy? You know, I was on the phone with somebody, and I have the television on, no sound or anything, and I'm looking at the screen, but I'm talking to somebody. I guess couldn't have been that interesting a person, and I'm watching the screen, and this big monster, the thing's like 20 stories tall, and it's coming down, the fire's pouring out of it from all angles, and I say, I don't know, could you hold on a minute? There's something happening on television. I've never seen anything like this, Brandon. The great Brandon Beach. Does everybody know Brandon? Great. Thank you, Brandon. What a good patriot he is. But I said, I've never seen anything like this. So it's coming down, down, down. And I said, oh, man, it's going to be terrible. It's going to hit the gantry or whatever they call it. It's going to hit it. It's going to knock it over Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's going to knock it over. It's going to knock it on its ass like you knock your competitors on their ass, Marjorie. Right? And she does. She is highly respected, let me tell you. Smart. So it's coming down, and I didn't like the angle. I said, come on, baby. And then all of a sudden, you see that fire pouring from the right side. It straightens up. Boom. I mean, the thing. And I said, that was amazing. And I forgot the guy that was on the phone. He was, you know, they have a certain respect. We're leading everybody, so they hold on forever. You know, they would have held on for Doug. They would have held on for an hour, but I just totally forgot because I've never seen anything like this. So Elon, I said, Elon, could you do me a favor? Starlink, yes, what would you like about it? I said, they need hundreds of them in North Carolina and also in Georgia. They really want them in Georgia too because they lost their wires, they're down. And I'm talking to them, and as I'm talking, I get a call from somebody in North Carolina, thank you for the Starlink. And I said, how the hell did you do that? No, it's true. Elon. He's different. No, he's different. And I said, Elon, I don't know what Starlink is, but they like it. They like it. But no, it was sort of funny because I'm on the phone and it's all done. And I'll tell you what, it got here and it was delayed once it got here. It was bad things happened, you know, that's happened with a lot of people, but they ultimately got it. And I said, how does it compare to the lines? They said it's better. And I mean, the guy just is a fantastic guy. So we want to thank him for his big endorsement. And he really does. You know where he is right now? He's in Pennsylvania campaigning for me. Is that great? He's in Pennsylvania campaigning. And we were in Butler, Pennsylvania, honoring Corey, the firefighter who lost his life. 2 other good guys, by the way, 2 other very good guys. But he lost his life, and Elon was there, and he wore the black hat. I did not know we had a black hat. It's black with black letters, okay? And he called it Dark MAGA. And he hasn't taken it off. He loves that hat. No, but we want to thank him. He's been really great. He's a great patriot. He's a brilliant guy, too. I mean, who could? I said, does anybody else do that with rockets? Because I've been watching this stuff for a long time. Byron, have you ever seen that before? I said, can the Russians do it? No. Can NASA do it? No. Can anybody do it? No, only me. I said, keep it going, man. That's pretty cool. It's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. Pretty cool. You know, we got to protect our brilliant people. We got to remember that. There aren't too many brilliant people around. Not too many, right, Marjorie? Marjorie knows better than anybody. There aren't too many. Oh, your lieutenant governor's right there. Look at this. We have big power, huh? Thank you, Bert. With your vote, we will create millions of new, great-paying jobs. Wages will soar. Your taxes are going to fall. You saw that. Your net worth will skyrocket. America will be confident again. You know, America has lost its confidence. It's a terrible thing to say. I said it one time, and I said, you know, it's actually true, but it's going to come back very quickly. America will be respected again. The American people will be optimistic again, and you will be proud of the life and the future you are going to give and giving to your children. Our legacy will be nothing less than the rebirth of the American dream. You don't hear about the American dream anymore. You don't hear about we used to hear about the American dream. My father used to say, you want to live the American dream, son. And I said, what's the American dream, Dad? And I didn't quite make it. I wanted to make it. No, I could have the American dream. You know what? I had the American dream. Did I need this? But I wouldn't swap it. I wouldn't swap it, Byron. I was saying yesterday, I could be on the waters of Monte Carlo. I could be all over the world enjoying myself, but I'd much rather be right here with you. It's true, because we have a mission. We have a mission. And we don't have a choice, right? You know, we really don't have a choice. Somebody said, why are you doing this? I said, because we don't have a choice. We're going to make America great again. What's better than that? I have a lot of rich friends. They go here, they go there. They're boring as hell. Nobody cares. They put on their bathing suit. They don't look a lot better than Biden. And except they have fancier beaches, right? And look what we're doing. We're doing something. If we win this election, it will be the greatest event, political event or otherwise, in the history of our country. In the history of our country. And we're going to turn it around fast. It's going to go very quickly. We're going to turn it around fast. Kamala is turning us into a third world nation, which is true. Do you know, I didn't know she didn't pass her bar exam. Did you know that? I'm hearing this. I don't want to tell you about it, please. I don't want to mention. I will not mention the fact that she didn't pass her bar exam. So I'm not going to mention that. But with our victory, we'll become the greatest, strongest, freest, safest, and the most powerful nation the world has ever seen. We're going to put it back together fast. 4 years ago, we were respected. Now they laugh at us. Other countries laugh at us. I had a good interview today with Bloomberg. Did anybody see that? That was a great interview. He was a Trump hater. And brilliantly, my staff didn't tell me that. I said, who is this guy? Sir, he hates you very much. He's been after you. So they got me all started before I went up, but it was a great interview. And I think it really showed the plan that we have, because he was unable to dispute it. We're going to bring so many companies back into our country, and a lot of them are going to be based right here, right in the great state of Georgia. There's going to be a lot of things happening. It's going to happen very fast. Remember, I used to say we're winning too much. You're going to say to me, Marjorie's going to come with the lieutenant and Lieutenant Governor and Doug, and Kelly's going to be there. Got a lot of cash, I'll tell you. And Louder Milky's coming in with his beautiful family. And you're going to be begging me. You're going to be saying, please, sir, there are too many companies coming into Georgia. Please, please. We can't take it anymore. We don't have enough people for the jobs. Please, we don't want any more companies. We don't want any companies. That was the takeoff on the winning. We're going to win so much. You're going to come, please, sir, we can't win anymore. We're winning too much. We had a lot of fun. And we had a lot of fun. We have a new one now. All those companies are going to be pouring in. But starting on day one, I will quickly defeat inflation, and we're going to bring down the energy prices fast, liquid gold. And we will make America affordable again. Prices are still going up. You know, they're going up again. And they surged again very viciously last month. And here we go again. And Kamala Harris has no idea what's happening. They say, what do you think of inflation? What? What do you think of inflation? She didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Other than that, she just got it right under toe, right? Now, she didn't really know what they were talking about when they said inflation. What is it? Kamala Harris has developed a policy. You know what her plan is called? I have no plan to fix it. That's what she says. That I have no plan to fix it. She's changed 15 policies. You know, on occasion, somebody will run and change one, like they'll be for the death penalty or not for the. She's changed 15 policies. No fracking, no this. Every single thing she's changed. Go back a year and a half and take a look. 15 policies. I've never seen anyone get away with one major change. The whole thing is different. She loves walls now. She loves walls. She loves our police, but she was in charge of defund the police. Do you go from a defunder of the police? I don't think so, Lieutenant Governor. Do you go from a defunder? She was a leader of defund the police, and now she says, I love the police. In the meantime, I got you feel poorer is thanks to Kamala, and that's the fact is you are. And she was the one, they called her the taxing queen in San Francisco. You know, she destroyed San Francisco. San Francisco, if you go back 18, 19 years ago, was the #1 city. It was the best city in the country. Now it's not even livable. And I speak against myself. You know, I own property in San Francisco, right? I own a lot of property. I own property in California. And every time I say this, I say, you know, I'm saying, please don't say it in my, please. Because every time I say it, I depreciate the value of my property. Guys that would have said, I love that place you have, and I own on the water, the most gorgeous things right on the ocean. I always say, I have the ocean. Pebble Beach only has the bay. That's my ad. And I never even need it because it's always full, but I have the ocean. Pebble Beach has the bay. The truth is, every time I speak this way, I hurt the value of my properties. But ultimately, I don't give a damn because this is much more important. She destroyed, along with Gavin Newsom, the governor, Gavin Newsom, they destroyed it, the two of them. What she did to San Francisco, and then she became Attorney General. What she did to California is a disgrace. And now she wants to do that to the United States of America. We're not going to let that happen, Marjorie. Her plan will raise taxes for the typical American family by an estimated $3,000. Take a look at this.
Joe Biden and I are about to get rid of that tax bill.
Calling for a full repeal of President Trump's tax cuts. If Kamala Harris was elected president, there are many different tax policies which could cripple the economy. But the first thing she wants to do is allow these Trump tax cuts to expire.
Even the New York Times admits that 85% of the middle class got a tax cut.
Americans will face a hike. The Tax Foundation finding that a couple with 2 kids making $165,000 a year would have to pay over $2,400 more in taxes.
And on day one, I will repeal that tax bill. Joe Biden and I are about to work to get rid of that tax cut. Joe and I are about to get rid of that tax bill. Joe Biden and I are about to get rid of that tax cut.
Everything from a 70 to 80% tax rate.
I think that's fantastic. We've got to increase the corporate tax rate. Part of that is going to be about repealing that tax bill that they just passed. And also looking at estate taxes are going to have to go up. We will tax capital gains. But we're going to have to raise corporate taxes.
Taxing unrealized gains just doesn't seem fair in any sense of the word.
When the value of your home goes up, you pay higher taxes even if you don't sell your home.
Your value of your home never moves the way the stock moves to say, we're going to tax what you don't have. That's a sore point, and it's a big deal. Is that something you think she firmly believes in?
I think it's part of the proposals of the campaign.
Under my plan, there will also be a carbon fee. There has to be some connection between the fee and bad behaviors, and there has to be, in that we have to monitor whether it's going to be passed on to consumers. But I'm going to tell you that should never be the reason not to actually put a fee, and in particular, carbon fee.
Don't let Kamala Harris fool you. Harris not only supports taxing service workers' tips, news reports confirm Biden and Harris have weaponized the IRS to confiscate your tip money. Harris and Biden have literally unleashed the IRS to harass workers who receive tips. And they just may be coming to your house next. Only President Trump has a plan that ends all taxes on service workers' tips. President Trump, he's on your side.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. You know, the only problem with putting it up, the fake news, and there's a lot of them back there. So I have a lot of friends. No, I have a lot of friends. They watch the rallies on television. This isn't a rally. This is just a get-together. Look at it, all the way up to the bleachers. But they watch. Hello up there. It's a nice place. But they watch. A friend of mine calls. He says, you know, the only problem is when you put up the videos, they don't show it on television. You know why? Because they don't want to move the camera a little bit up. They don't want to, because they don't want to do anything that's good for us. They don't want to do anything that's good for us. And you know what? They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I'm going to ask them to put on woke. Do you know this? What this is all about? We don't have a woke military, but some people think there are some people in the top. Can you put that woke military? Put it up, the Master Sergeant.
All right, so he's playing that video. I've posted it in the forum a couple times that you can see, but it involves the movie Full Metal Jacket, along with some very unflattering shots of some Transformers in the military. Some of these guys are in like uniform, and then they do some sort of like a quick change, and when they do the quick change, they come up looking like RuPaul. And so it's absolutely crazy. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 of them, and they literally transform from a soldier into a drag queen. And these people are in our military, and these aren't things that he put together. These are videos he actually got off of TikTok and different things where they are doing what they do and letting people know, hey, in the daytime in the military, but this is how I look when I do this and do that. So he's really making a point. He's been using this, I'd say, about the last month or so. It's to me, it's kind of sick. Absolutely kind of sick, but it is what it is. And people here don't like it. Once I go over to YouTube and Twitter and just basically do things there without having to simulcast, you can show everything you want. But right now we have to be very careful.
So we won 2 beautiful, big, horrible in many ways, but we won 2 world wars with that attitude. And we didn't win with the woke stuff, but our military is not woke. We have some people on the top that are woke. They'll be gone so fast your head will spin, okay? Under the Trump administration, we will put more money in your pocket. We will let you keep more money than you ever thought possible. We're bringing it down. We're bringing the cost down. We will have large tax cuts for workers, and we are going to have something very special. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our seniors. No tax. That's a big one. And you deserve it. You know what? You put up with inflation for the last 2.5 years that shouldn't have ever been here, would have never been here. Think of it. We wouldn't have had the war with Russia and Ukraine. No way Russia would have done it. You wouldn't have had October 7th with Israel. You wouldn't have had inflation. You wouldn't have had that horrible, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan, the way they withdrew. We were going to withdraw, but we were also going to keep Bagram, the biggest military base in the world. We gave it to China. You know who has it now? China has it. 1 hour away from where they make their nuclear weapons. And on that day, we lost 13 great soldiers, and many were obliterated. No arms, no legs. The face was just disastrous. What these people, nobody ever mentions them, but we had a lot of people badly hurt. And what a shame to see what's happened to our country, the border, all of the things that we've suffered in the last almost 4 years. We're going to get it back so fast. We're going to be proud again. We're going to be very proud of our country. Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter? What do you think, Byron? It's better, right? Huh? Did you see when her teleprompter crashed last night? She was talking about 32 days, Mr. Congressman. 32, she goes, and the election will be in 32 days. 32 days. The teleprompter crashed. 32 days. She kept going. I would have loved to, it kicked back in. It's called a kickback. Like some people know a lot about a kickback. It's called a kickback. They know in this administration. But no, it's a kickback. It kicks back in. And it did kick back in just in time because she was about ready to eat the goat. Byron goes, yeah. This was, when you do this, you have to have one ability. If the teleprompter goes, because it goes, I figured 5% of the time. It goes, it's gone. And you're standing up in front of all of the fake news, which is actually a much bigger audience than this because you got millions of people watching. So you're standing in front of the fake news with fake reporters and, some very bad, and some good ones. And some good ones, I'd say 5%. Right? What do you think, Barry? 5%? I think so. 5%, maybe less. And if that happens, and if you don't do this well, you are ridiculed the following day, right? And I've had to go off with Bernie Moreno in Ohio was doing very well. But I had 57,000 people out there, television blazing, and he's going for the nomination, and it wasn't looking good. The wind was blowing at 49 miles an hour. I got onto the stage, and I'm looking at these two things, and they were like, so you can't read them. But I said, don't worry about that. They're going to blow off. And within the first minute, they blew off the stage. They were like 30 yards down the road. And I'm standing there. And that's when you find out whether or not you have what it takes, right? You're up there all by yourself. You're up there all by yourself, Mr. Lieutenant Governor. And you better get going. You can't do that 32 stuff that she was doing. Why did he have to fix that damn teleprompter? But it is true. I have a friend, he just wants to go into politics, but he's petrified of. He said, I have one phobia. He's a very smart guy, very rich guy. He wants so much to be in politics. I said, do you have any problems? Well, I have a problem with, I have a phobia against public speaking. I said, don't go into politics. If you have that phobia, I would not bother, right? What do you think, Byron? No good, right? He wouldn't come up and warm up the crowd like you did, would he? Stand here. Get me off. To crush inflation, we will quickly become energy independent, and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill. She won't frack. She's not going to frack. She's not going to frack. Pennsylvania, please, Pennsylvania, remember she's not fracking. Her whole life is, we will not frack, we will not frack. She's go through a whole life like this. All of a sudden, oh, I look forward to fracking. No, it doesn't. I will cut your energy prices in half within 12 months. You're going to get them in half, 50% in 12 months. Because we have liquid gold, nobody else has it. We became number one with me, number one in the world in oil. We have oil and gas, number one. Russia was number two. Saudi Arabia was number one. We were number three or number four. When I left, we were so far above them, and we were going to be not only, we were energy independent. We were going to be energy dominant. We were going to sell to Asia. We were going to pay off a lot of debt. We were all set to go. And then we had a great election because we got millions more votes, but something happened a little bit. We can't let that happen again. We're not going to let that happen. Look what happens when bad things like that happen. I will cancel Kamala's insane electric vehicle mandate immediately. Everybody will drive an electric car, they say. And soon, The problem is they don't go far. They're very expensive. They're made in China. And they have some other things. Now, with that being said, I think they're phenomenal. They really are. I say that because of Elon. You know, Elon, they are phenomenal, by the way, but, for certain whatever. And we're going to have hybrids. We're going to have gasoline-propelled cars. We're not going to have hydrogen cars. Hydrogen cars is the new thing, right? Do you know about that? Hydrogen is the new car. They say it's great. Has one problem. If it explodes, you're dead. If it explodes, they actually say if it explodes, you're unrecognizable. You call your wife over. They call up the wife, would you please come here and take a look and see whether or not this is your husband, because we cannot see. And she goes to the nearest tree, which is about 100 yards away, and she says, no, it's only blood. There's nothing there. She says, I can't tell. So hydrogen has one problem. It's extraordinarily dangerous. Other than that, the car works quite well, actually. I won't get near. I will never get. I don't care how good it becomes. No matter. And they'll probably say they're making it safe, but it'll never be safe enough for us congressmen, right? I also announced last week that we will make interest on car loans fully tax deductible. Because affording a car is essential to restoring the American dream. I got a call from a big guy on Wall Street, said, where the hell did you come up with that idea? Think of how simple that is. How great is that? Because now we're going to make more cars because of it, right? They said, where did you come up? When you think it's so simple. It was mentioned to me by somebody a week ago. I said, has nobody think a car loan deductible? Wouldn't that be nice? It's going to spur the industry, but what's really going to spur the industry is what we're doing with taxes and tariffs. Every company's going to come pouring back. But the interest deduction is so great. And I say it's like the paperclip. 125 years ago, a guy took a piece of metal and he started playing games with it, and he had the paperclip. And now, since then, everybody that's seen the paperclip says, shit, why didn't I think of that? It's so simple. That's like that for the car loans, right? It was so simple. Nobody thought. The biggest guy on Wall Street called me. The smartest guy. He's got like 183 IQ. He said, where the hell did you come up with that idea? That's pretty good. As we rebuild our economy, we will also restore our borders, if you don't mind. For 4 straight years, Kamala has imported an army of illegal alien gang members and migrant criminals from prisons and jails and insane asylums and the worst mental institutions anywhere in the world, not South America, all over the world. They come from Venezuela, they come from the Congo in Africa, and she has resettled them very nicely into our communities to prey upon our innocent American citizens, right? When I win on November 5th, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins. It's going to be a restoration. One of the deadliest and most vicious migrant gangs said nice people. The only thing nice about them, they make our criminals look like nice people. Because now we say, I thought those guys were tough. They're really not tough, not compared to these guys. Remember when she said, migrants coming in do not cause crime. Really? Check out the front page of the New York Post today. They've taken over Midtown Manhattan. But one of the deadliest and most vicious migrant gangs that Kamala has imported into our country is the savage Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua. Have you heard of them? Tren de Aragua. In Aurora, Colorado, and communities in all 50 states, this gang is terrorizing law-abiding citizens, including taking over multiple apartment complexes, and they are really going, and they are vicious as hell. Take a look at it.
Open borders, deadly consequences.
Border crisis. Record high crossings are putting a strain on cities across America. It is a full-blown invasion.
Armed Venezuela
beats it all out to me. It's not even close. The United States is now an occupied country, but on November 5th, 2024, that will be Liberation Day in America. Liberation Day. Thank you. So sad. This is what you call an unforced error, what they've done to this country. And to think that she's running for the president of the United States is a disgrace. And she's allowed millions of these people into our country, destroying our country. And it's not easy to fix either. We'll get some and we'll get them out, then they'll get somebody else who has a nice look and a child. And it'll be the poster, it'll be, oh, how horrible are we? It's a very tough thing to fix, but we're going to fix it because we have no choice. But we're going to start with these horrible criminals, and there are lots of them. 425,000 illegal aliens convicted of crimes are now free to roam in our country, including all of those murderers and all of those drug dealers and all of the human traffickers in women. They traffic in women. You hear children, you hear men. No, they traffic really in women. Right here in Georgia, our nation was robbed of a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student, Laken Riley. You know Laken very well now. And after months of prodding him, Biden couldn't pronounce her name. He said Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln Riley is the football coach, or the coach. And this was in Congress, couldn't even get the name right. Laken was a brilliant young student, top in her class, going to be a great nursing student. Everybody admired her. She was killed viciously while out on a jog. She was assaulted, beaten, and horrifically murdered by an illegal alien. You saw the picture from Venezuela. The savage monster who murdered Laken was let in and released into our country by Kamala Harris. She came in through open borders. Nobody even checked him. Come right in. Come right in. His brother was also in Georgia illegally. He's suspected of viciously murdering someone also in the Venezuelan gang. He's in that gang. In September, an illegal alien who Kamala imported through her open border process was arrested in Tennessee for strangling a 25-year-old girl to death and leaving her body covered in blankets for days. Her parents, all of these parents, they'll never be the same. He had a prior arrest record in the United States, was shielded for deportation by the horrible, horrible laws, rules, and regulations of Kamala. I can't believe how they allowed this country to become like this. This country is not, it can't go on like this. And they're getting worse. You look at little towns, villages, cities, and even the big cities, they're petrified that this is going to happen to them. The governor of Colorado is a radical left Democrat, but he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Springfield, Ohio. We love Ohio. We won Ohio every time by a lot. We're leading now by a lot. And I know Springfield, beautiful little place. 50,000 people. They've just deposited 32,000 illegal migrants into the town. They don't speak English, but they've taken up the schools. They don't speak English. What they're looking for is interpreters because they have no idea what they're going to do. Nobody speaks, very few of them speak English. So they're looking all over for interpreters. That's what they want to find. When you go to the hospital, you can't get into the hospital because the hospital's all occupied. And they want to be so nice and they want to be politically correct. And the mayor seems like a nice person. He's saying, well, we'll figure out how to make it work. But you can never figure it out. It can never work. Think of it. 50,000 people. All of a sudden, they have 32,000. They've almost doubled the size with people that came from a rough country, really a rough country. Immediately upon taking the oath of office, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. Have to. Have to do it. I will rescue every town across America that has been invaded and conquered. They've conquered our country. This is an invasion of a military force. They have weapons that are on par with our U.S. military. But we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals to jail or kick them the hell out of our country, ideally the second, because we don't want to have to pay for the cost, so we'll ideally bring them back to their country. When I first came into the White House, a general came up. I said, General, I want to get MS-13 gangs. They're the worst in the world. MS-13 is very similar, but probably even nastier. And we had thousands of them in our country because Barack Hussein Obama could not get them out, because the countries from where they came would put airplanes, big ones, on the runway so you couldn't land. They wouldn't let the buses through, and they gave up. Years ago, they gave up, and I said to the general, I want them out. He said, sir, they won't take them back. I said, who? And they said the countries. I won't embarrass them because I know the presidents very well, and they're very streetwise, very smart people. And I said, how much aid do we give those three countries? Sir, we give them $750 million a year. And I said, inform them that they're delinquent, that they aren't allowing us to bring back people that belong there, and they are getting no further aid at all from the United States. And the following day, early in the morning, I got calls from all three separately, all three. Sir, there seems to be a misunderstanding. And I said, no, there isn't. You sent them over in a caravan. The caravan, I made up that name too. I'm good at names, you know the names? I can't use those names too much because many of them were for Republicans. We had some beauties, but we can use Pocahontas and other people. But I said, listen, I said, you wouldn't take them back. Sir, there seems to be a misunderstanding. We would love to take them back. We love MS-13 so much, sir. Please, please let us take them back, sir. Please. And we sent them back, and they took them like nothing. Like nothing. So we send them out of our country, and if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. That way they're not coming back. That way they're not coming back. And you don't hear these ideas from anyone else, I can tell you, and I'm not proud of them, but you also have to wage a little bit of common sense, don't you? Because we're the party of common sense. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. Kamala's migrant invasion, and that's what it is also devastating our great African-American community, stealing American jobs, crushing wages, undercutting the voting power of our own citizens, and bringing drugs, crime, and death to our country. And the African-American community and the Hispanic community is being devastated with the jobs. The numbers are down 6, 7, 8, 9%. They're going to work and they're saying, I'm sorry, we're not going to take you anymore. People that have worked there and worked there well for years are now being told they no longer have a job because they have illegal immigrants coming in and taking their job. And I'll tell you what, any African American or Hispanic, and you know how well I'm doing there, that votes for Kamala, you got to have your head examined because they are really screwing you. They are really screwing you, right? It's happening in numbers. You're going to hear about it. It's a big story. It's a big story. You're going to start hearing about it in a little while. It's a big story. It's a real, it's terrible. It's terrible. People that have been here for years, they've done a good job. They've got their family. Now all of a sudden, one day, they don't have a job anymore. Kamala's open border policy is a complete and total betrayal of African American communities and Hispanic American communities, and unions are next. Oh, they're going to take on the unions, you watch. Virtually 100% of all of the jobs created in the last year have gone to migrants. I don't know if anybody knows that. The jobs that were created, first of all, the jobs that they got, which made their numbers look better, but they don't count really. They're bounce back jobs. Those are jobs that we had. We had the greatest economy in history. We had to take a pause for the pandemic. We did a good job on that. And then the people, they call it bounce back. It's standard, a very standard phrase, but they call it bounce back. They bounce back. But think of it, of the jobs created, almost every one of those jobs was taken by a migrant. Under Trump, Americans will always come first. Take a look.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
I stood there on the tarmac watching you check your watch.
The chaotic and deadly U.S. evacuation from Afghanistan stunned Americans and the world and cost the lives of 13 U.S. soldiers.
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
More than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been caught at the border and then released into the United States.
An Afghan national is in custody today after being accused of plotting an election day terrorist attack. The suspect entered the U.S. on a special immigrant visa.
Gut-wrenching new details in the murder of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. The illegal immigrant suspect, who cops say committed the heinous murder, is a Venezuelan national who crossed the unsecured southern border back in 2022. Two men investigators say are in the country illegally from Venezuela are charged with capital murder in the death of Jocelyn Nungaray.
A fifth illegal immigrant accused of attacking two New York City police officers over the weekend showed no remorse or regret.
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Only 18% say the economy is in excellent or good condition. US inflation has hit a new 40-year high, increasing by 9.1% over the financial year.
The cost of homes have spiked. Home buyers need to earn 80% more than they did in 2020 to afford a house.
Were you the last person in the room? Yes.
So she would do nothing different. Think of it. You have the worst administration in the history of our country. The happiest person, you've heard me say this, Jimmy Carter, because he looks brilliant by comparison. His administration, by comparison, is brilliant, so he's happy. He's an old guy now, but he's a happy man. Just this week, I was proud to receive the official and unanimous endorsement of America's Border Patrol agents, all 100%, all of them. And I was also honored to receive the endorsement of the Fraternal Order of Police, something they don't do easily. I mean, you know, but they said, we have no choice. We have no choice. 400,000 law enforcement officers nationwide. So they did something to Biden that was amazing. They stole the election from him. I mean, I'm not a fan of Biden. Who could be? But they stole the election. They took it away like candy from a baby. And he's angry. And they're all angry. They're angry as hell. I think he likes me more than he likes her. Can you believe it? I believe that. I believe that, Steve. He likes me more than her. Can you believe it? But we will restore law and order in America. But here's what, to do it, you have to do one thing. I don't want your money. I don't want anything. I just want you to get out and vote and get your friends to vote. That's all. I don't want money. Just go and vote. So we're pleased to be joined with some incredible people, friends of mine, talented people. You have a lot of great people in the state. Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, please, Burt, stand up. Members of Congress, Mike Collins. Mike, great guy, tough guy. We're not playing, you don't play games. He said, oh, put me in that committee. I want to be in that committee to cut costs. He'll do a better job. Nobody could do like that. Thanks, Mike. Somebody that's been unbelievable at searching out really bad, sick politicians on the other side. He was accused of, he walked in with a couple of young constituents to show him the Capitol, as I remember it, and they accused him of showing in Russia's, what? And he became, instead of most people, they say, oh, please, he became the opposite. Indignant and wild, and he has done some job on the committee. Barry Loudermilk. We love you, Barry. Courage. I remember that. It's what they have pictures of walking around with 2 kids from the area, and the parents, they were Russian. These people are sick. And all it did is made him angry, and you have done some job, so we appreciate it. A man that we've said hello to, that you've experienced. He's got a big future. He's a fantastic guy and a friend of mine, Byron Donalds. Byron, thank you. A very strong, smart person, a woman who is amazing, actually, to me. She's really amazing. Marjorie Taylor Greene, thank you. And another warrior who's always been with us, Rich McCormick. Where's Rich? Thank you. Thank you, Rich. And a really good guy, a former congressman, so respected by everybody, Doug Collins. Thank you, Doug. And your former senator, who was really a terrific person and respected so much in Washington and still is I think even more respected now, Kelly Loeffler. Thank you, Kelly. Good job. The next congressman from Georgia's 3rd Congressional District, he's worked with me since like 2015, before 16. And everybody, after they got to know him, they said, could we use him too? There was nobody like him. He's going to be a congressman. I think he always wanted to be a congressman. And when the seat came up in his district where he grew up, I said, go ahead. And did he win? Man, did he win, Bert. What's going on with him? He's making us all look bad. He got so many votes. Brian Jack. Where's Brian Jack? Thank you. There he is. There he is. Is he a natural or what? He said, everybody loves this guy. I love this guy. It's not my thing either, but I love him. He is a special character, that one. Are you enjoying it, Brian? Good. See, he's got the word. He got the whole deal. He's good. He's going to be good for a long time. Your Insurance and Safety Fire Commissioner, John King. Thank you, John, very much. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Public Service Commissioner, Bubba McDonald. Bubba. What a man. A very special state senator. I just met his daughter. You know, believe it or not, I was at another place 2 hours ago. I've been doing this for 42 days straight without a rest. Can you believe it? 42. But 2.5 hours ago, I was in another little different part of your state, and this beautiful young woman said, my father is Brandon Beach. And I'm much more impressed with him now than I was 2.5. This guy is such a great patriot. State Senator Brandon Beach, thank you. And your daughter is fantastic. She was so proud of you. And I said, he's that good, isn't he, right? She said, he's even better than that. You got a good daughter. So it was great to meet her. Georgia GOP Chairman Josh McCoon, and he is good. He is good. So Josh, stand up for how the hell, are we doing well? Are we doing as well as I'm hearing? All right, that's what I'm hearing. And we're no longer in poll territory, right? We're in territory of like votes coming in. You know, we're not really looking so much at polls anymore. The votes are coming in, and they're coming in at a nice level for us, right? He's done a fantastic job. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. A woman who I've known for a long time, and she's always been there for us. She's a special woman, very religious person. Every time she sees me, she prays. And I say, from you, I accept that, and I will always accept it. Alveda King. Thank you, Alveda. Thank you. Good genes. She's got very good genes. Beautiful genes. And a friend of mine, one of the most successful business people in the country, a great, great developer from Florida, New York, and a lot of other places, but just a terrific person. And he's become, I think he loves politics, but he wants to just make sure we all do well. That's all he wants. Mr. Steve Witkoff. Steve? Thank you, Steve. Great. Thanks, Steve. So here are the facts. Kamala Harris is a radical left Marxist, rated even worse than Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. That's Pocahontas. Remember, her mother said, she's Indian. Why? Because she's got high cheekbones. That was the reason. So I immediately called her Pocahontas. And that was the end of her. She was leading in the presidential race, you know. And I don't think she likes me too much. But the mother said she had high cheekbones, and I said, Pocahontas. And then the world went crazy. And she actually went out and got a test, remember? And she was so happy. 1,024. In other words, maybe 1,000,000 years ago, there was a possibility. But she was happy. She said, this proves I'm an Indian. And I said, no, I have more Indian blood in me, and I don't have any. I'd love to, but I don't have any. And that was the end of her presidential run. That was the end. I did the world a favor. Of course, look what we got. Look what we got. Kamala destroyed our economy. She was an original creator of defund the police movement. And anybody who wants to defund the police for even 1 week or 1 day is not worthy of being president of the United States. It's a radical left person. Kamala vowed to abolish ICE. She wants to let her millions of illegal Medicare, or she wants to raid Medicare. That's what they're going to do, raid Medicare, Social Security. She wants to ban fracking as California Attorney General. That's what she did. And she redefined child sex trafficking, assault with a deadly weapon, and rape of an unconscious person as totally nonviolent crimes. She said they're nonviolent crimes. She pledged to confiscate your guns and endorsed a total ban on handgun ownership. She even called for free sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens in detention at taxpayer expense. And here's something she did that was terrible. On her resume, she said she worked at McDonald's. Oh. She never worked at McDonald's. So in conclusion, with your vote this November, we are going to fire Kamala and save America. Right. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always cherish our great American flag. We will cut your taxes, crush inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and create the greatest job boom the world has ever seen. We're going to do that. It's not going to even be hard. We are going to do it through low taxes and high tariffs, actually. We won't have any inflation. And we're going to do it. We're going to have a boom, and the auto industry is going to boom like it's never boomed before. We will hire American, buy American, build American, grow American, and show the whole world that the American dream is back, bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. I will stop the global theft of American jobs and turn the U.S. into the manufacturing superpower of the world. I will end the war in Ukraine, stop the chaos in the Middle East, and prevent World War III. I can do that. I will crush violent crime and give our police the support, protection, resources, and respect they so dearly. I'll tell you what, we have to give our police, we have to take care of our police. And it's turning out to be more dangerous than ever. And once we give them that power back, it will be much less dangerous than ever. But right now, being a policeman or a policewoman is very dangerous. We have to give them back their honor, and we have to shield them, and we're going to indemnify them against being hurt because, you know, they do something that's good, and they lose their family, they lose their pension, they lose their house, they lose everything. Now, we're going to indemnify them if they're right, and we're going to find that most of them, they're going to right. And, you know, you always have bad apples. It's a shame. It's a horrible thing. But sometimes you have to just say, but we always have bad apples, and we'll do everything we can to get those bad apples the hell out. But we have to take care of our police and our law enforcement. That's why our country is going to hell with crime. We will strengthen and modernize our military. We will build a missile defense shield all around our country, and it'll be made right here. A lot of it's going to be made, as you know, you do a lot of it. It's going to be made in the USA, but it's going to be made a lot of it right here. And we will put the stars and stripes on the surface of Mars very soon. Very soon. We'll get Elon, get those rockets going, Elon. Get them going. You know, he's going to send a rocket up very soon to pick up the two guys. How would you like to be stuck in space? I said, when are you sending that? Very soon. I'm just about ready to send it. It's like, you know, it's like sending a bus for him. We will rebuild our cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. They will get critical, and we will do this. Critical race theory and transgender insanity will be out of our schools immediately. Immediately. And we will keep men out of women's sports. I will defend religious liberty, your right to free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms. And the Second Amendment is under siege. You know that the Second Amendment is under siege. It will not be 4 years. It was under siege, I will tell you. But we're going to protect our Second Amendment 100%. After years of Thank you. After years of building up other countries, we will protect our borders, defend our families, and protect our American suburbs, cities, and towns. We're going to protect our country. We will end the sanctuary cities immediately and stop illegal immigration once and for all. No more sanctuary cities. We will put American citizens first, American children first, American patients first, American taxpayers first, American workers first, and American communities first. We will put our country first. We will put communists, Marxists, and fascists last, and they will always stay last. From Savannah to Columbus, from Marietta to Macon, and from Augusta to Atlanta, we inherit the legacy of red-blooded American patriots who poured out their blood, sweat, and tears to defend this country they love. We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, raised up those big, beautiful skyscrapers. You're welcome. Won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. And we are not going to lose the nation that they worked for and fought for and died for. We are not going to lose it. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be conquered. We will defeat the enemy at all levels of combat. We will defend our civilization, reclaim our sovereignty, and we will be a strong, proud, and free nation once again. Right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Everyone will prosper, every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with the opportunity and hope of a lifetime. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris and stop her radical left agenda once and for all. We want a landslide that's too big, too big. We can't let anything happen. Early voting is underway. Get everyone out. Get everyone you know. Just get them all out to vote. Go tomorrow. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. These will be, despite the fact that we've been set back so far by incompetent, vicious, foolish leadership, we will have the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. And with your help from now until Election Day, we will redeem America's promise and we will take back the nation that we love. Nothing will sway us, nothing will slow us, and no one will stop us. We will press forward to our magnificent American destiny, and together we will fight, fight, fight. We have to get out and vote. We have to win, win, win. We got to win, win, win. If you don't win, 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 we've all had a good time, but it's not going to matter, right? Sadly, because what we've done is amazing. 3 nominations in a row. What we've done, we got to win. If we don't win, it's like it was all for not very much. We can't let that happen. November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country, and together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Georgia. God bless you. God bless you, Georgia.
All right. He came on late, but he brought the goods. You know, it's something really interesting when I hear him speak. Even though many of you, just like me, have heard the same stuff over and over and over, because it's a speech, just like going to a concert and watching a band tour. But something interesting I always like to listen to. And I like to listen to the crowd. I like to listen to how they react. And I think he sometimes pulls back and says the same thing. And so when the crowd began saying, fight, 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 and they just kept going, that had to make him feel really good. Also, that's probably why the Democrats freak out, because they hear the crowd saying, fight, fight, fight. Anything like fight, 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 little soy boys kind of get freaked out. They have to realize at this point that they are seeing a movement. Not just some people, not the fascism and all that BS they're talking about. They are seeing an encouraged bunch of people from across the country that want to see this man get back in the White House, take some names, kick some butt. And as you can see over his shoulder there's some black people there as well. So, and Byron Donalds pointed it out. This is not what they try to portray it in the media. Those people directly behind him are black. Right here. Let me change the screen. Are you listening to? There you can see those people right there. They can't deny it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black people in a row just standing there applauding the next president of the United States. As he walks off, he's going to shake some more hands. I think that scares them. I think that really scares them because these people are energized. Kamala's people aren't energized. Kamala's people don't even know why they're there. Kamala's people don't even know why they are basically supporting her. So Trump's gone. He's off the stage and we are done. So I just wanted to tell you something. I saw a couple people make some comments, and this is pretty funny. Where's this one I saw? I saved it up here. And our Stacy, who's been here a couple times, says Kamala never worked at a McDonald's. Well, let me drop some news on you. Maybe some of you guys have seen it. Maybe some of you guys have not seen it as of yet. But we got an AI created picture. On Friday, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, before the Steelers-Jets game, when he's going to do the voter registration drive, Donald Trump is going to go work I didn't say visit. I didn't say buy people's food. He is going to go work in a McDonald's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know if he's going to put the uniform on. I don't know if he's going to put the little hat on, but he's going to go work in a restaurant, a McDonald's restaurant in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, Barry, why the hell would he do that? Because he is going to film something, and it's going to say, talking like him, I have worked longer in a McDonald's than Kamala Harris has. Like, oh my God, is he really going to do that? Yes, that's the plan right now. We're supposed to get the information, but he's going to go to a McDonald's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be the fry-later or if he's going to flip a burger, but he's actually going to work the line in a McDonald's. Just another backhand slap at her right now. And you would think, since this thing got announced, it was all over X, everybody was laughing at it, you would think that she would beat him to the punch. Today is Tuesday. She knows he's going there Friday. I would be at if I were her, I'd be at a McDonald's tomorrow morning serving breakfast burritos. Don't let him get that jump on you. Don't let him embarrass you. But we all know she's too cocky. She probably sauced tonight, can't get up in the morning, and just watch what happens when he goes to McDonald's. I can't believe that Donald Trump, if he puts on the apron, I'm going to lose it. I really think he'll be looking just like that and spending a couple of minutes. But if he puts on the apron or the McDonald's name tag, I'm gonna lose it. I think people are gonna laugh. They will go absolutely nuts about that if Trump does that. It would be fantastic. Yeah, where was that? That was such a funny. MSNBC is going to lose their poop. Yeah, they would go absolutely crazy. Oh, they would. Oh, it's racist, homophobic to the French fries or something. He's making fun of fast food workers. No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh man, so I would give up a body part to be there. SV, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, seeds, Harris on a bun, cooked. The photo op alone of him doing that will be so he goes, I would give up a body part for some Trump fries. Oh, you're killing me. Oh, she's gonna lose it. Absolutely lose it. And you're right about the MSNBC. The news will just scream and they'll bitch, they'll moan. Oh, just too much. I just had to show you that. I can't even fathom that this man is going to show up at McDonald's and work the fry-later or something. So, and you know it's happening because right now the Secret Service would have had to clear it. They're going to get there in advance. They already know which McDonald's you're going to. They got to secure it, make sure nobody... Oh, he's going to go back there and flip some burgers or something. Oh, my goodness. Susan Boatman says, since we've been on the air, Poly Market has actually gone up. Let me see if it's fluctuating, but it did go up since we were last on the air. Good Lord, she's getting absolutely butt munched. 57.9 to 41.8. It's getting bigger. Fingers crossed. Pray, but it's beginning to separate. It's beginning to get worse and worse for her. My goodness. So it's basically 58 to 40. Oh, man, it's getting bad. Yeah, bro, Harris is done and on a bun. She can't do anything at this point. I want a Trump North Carolina. No, the Trump McFlurry. All right, so before I get out of here, I got to do 2 things. I got to talk to you guys about the Super Chats, but I got to let you know the long day for tomorrow. Long day. His fault, not mine. All right? So he's in Georgia right now, outside of Atlanta. He's flying up to New York, so he'll get into, 10:30? Who knows what time he gets into New York once he clears airspace and everything else. Maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe 1:30 or so, they get him back to Trump Tower. From there, at 11 o'clock tomorrow, I go live at 10:30. He's going to have a town hall just with women with Harris Faulkner. So look for a notification that I'll put up later on with Harris Faulkner Town Hall tomorrow at 10:30. Then later on in the day, we segue to the future there. Let me make sure I've got the dates and time right. Then what else is it? Oh, he's got the Univision Town Hall. That is going to be at 9:30 at night. So at 9:30 at night on Univision, I'm going to try and see if I can't put that together. And then there was one other one. I'm looking for it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. There's so many. Let me just see if I can find that last one. Without looking in my book here, it's so hard to remember all these different events. But there was a third one in the middle there. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see here. No, I can't pull it up. But anyway, there's three in there. There's one in the middle. So there's three events tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to get my sleep, get fed, and get ready, and basically be intravenous fed, so that I can be ready for tomorrow. That being said, let me get to the super chats and recognize everybody who did that. Thank you for contributing into the poll. Although most people can't make it, 25% of 1,200 is still like 300 people who could come down. Wow, that's going to be crazy, absolutely crazy. Let me go ahead and get back to the top here. I forget what the second event was. There's another event in between there, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. To Arizona guy 1, Kamala will be the president for the people who actually seek a larger government. Yeah, really. Kathleen Gray, I agree with you 100%. I'm not sure which it was. We talked a lot tonight. Big Cat, Barry, love you responding to troll comments. They don't ever think someone's going to, and so they just launch something out there, and so, yeah, I'll make you famous. Marcus Anderson, Elon is my favorite African-American, Dark Mega. Just another knucklehead. So what? Doesn't the lender arrange the appraisal? I never was told what the appraisal came back at, only whether I was qualified for the loan. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Pao Zhao Li, thank you. Sherry Amber, thank you, Barry. You understand all this so well. I love having you as my teacher. I got to figure out how we can do something with Twitter. I don't want to put it on YouTube here. Maybe I do some sort of Zoom thing, or we'll figure it out with Ashley. Pao Zhao Li again, can't find you unfair for a group or X. I don't want to use YouTube. Can you help me out? Stay tuned. I'll show you how easy it is to find me on X. Moshe G, my father, blessed memory, got hate mail because of his English name. So the English Z his name Hebrew to beat the anti-Semitism. Barbara Bartolini, thank you very much. Thornton, Maloney, Barry, they're already stealing Georgia in real time. Yeah, I did see some of that craziness what's going on, but a judge did come out and change something today. NASCAR Kid Formula, I can't wait for Trump to come to Madison Square Garden. It's going to be nuts. Patras, channels should go live, inform, propel people to vote. Yes. Lucky O'Connor, thanks for all you do. Thank you for watching. Carl Sims, Barry, I will be a poll watcher. Do you think there's anything to worry about? Yeah, just make sure you don't leave until everybody else leaves. Don't make sure they don't say, hey, we got another water main break. Winkety wink wink. That was BS. Don't leave till everybody else leaves, period. Until you're all walking out and locking the door behind you, I'm not going anywhere. Lily Ignacio, keep up the good work, Barry. I live in Clearwater. November 5th is Super Bowl time. Absolutely. Patriots versus the Steelers. Love that. T. Mallet, thank you. Just another knucklehead again. I got a strike one time because I commented that Governor Whitmer's forehead was so big. Ashley Prouty, did you end up doing the subscription for us? No, we just made it free. You can just go over there and join. 35, I mean, how many people up in there right now? Let me just tell you how many people are in the forum. We're blown away, basically, from what we've seen. Let me see how many people here. Almost 30, a little over 3,700 people have joined in the last day and a half, basically. Miss Jamerson, thank you. I went to Coachella thanks to alert from your show. No way there were 100, maybe 30, 40. Thousands gave up due to horrible heat and poor shuttles. Rally awesome. California is red. Don't be fooled. Okay. Marcus Anderson's Trump rallies in Britain. MAGA Mama, thank you, your family, mods, and a great fanfare. Family love to all of us, well, our good Lord, and President Trump and Vance. To free the butterfly. If I had to guess, I would say Obama not fighting for us, but against. Whoever's in charge, it is against the law. Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Clara, again. Hey, Donna. I live in Asheville. I was prepping for 2 years until Helene. Now I can't even find a can of beans. Wow. Wow. Black, yellow. Why, none of the stores? Ingles isn't open? I think Ingles is a big store. The stores haven't reopened yet. Byron Donalds is the epitome of inspiration within the Republican Party. He is a motivating, great speaker and the real deal, not a cardboard cutout of some black person. Love that. Thank you. Winston David, thank you. NJ Sound, thank you. Send an email. Hope you check out the Trump anthem. I will. I may need you, if you want me to play it, to send me a letter giving me the rights to do so. Black Yellow Flash, bury my early October vote, and I can hear the sound of that toilet bowl swirl getting louder for the Dems. Good for you. Stephen Anderson, thank you very much. Taken, I'm an American badass family before fools. Yes, I carry. Good for you. Tracy Day, they want to wipe out the male species. Why? I'm sure some people in the forum can give you an idea why when they talk about Bill Gates and what he has in mind. Arizona guy, thank you again. Michelle in Michigan, just think, if Pence had done his job, we'd be getting ready to vote for him next month. It'd be like Bush won after Reagan. We now have the chance of MAGA for several years to come. Nicholas Lemonakis, thanks, Barry. The tax. That's all they know. Tax, and baby removal. Petras, if you see this and are registered to vote, Mamma Mia, just got message from LA County Registrar. My mail-in ballot received and counted. Way to go. Moto Man, I'm just a groupie spreading the word, and I got 2 comments on that with Trump, the Avengers, and Barry are the rock stars. Please, everyone, vote for America. Absolutely. Noel Garrett, it would be nice to let Democrats stay in California with their own rules and make their own spending. And just stay over there. Absolutely. Envy, thank you. Jeremiah Kerr, let's respect Jimmy Carter no matter what. He is a Georgia legend. I don't agree with him. He is in hospice now. I respect anyone who's gone through what he's going through. I don't like the fact that they are portraying him and putting pictures of him out there in his condition and saying he's going to vote for Kamala. That's not cool. Not cool at all. I mean, if you guys want to, you can look it up. Put Jimmy Carter in Twitter search and you'll see the pictures come up. Can't believe they even brought that man out there looking like that. MAGA Mama, if something happened to Joe after Trump wins, would they go ahead and let him take over? If something happened, no, you got to wait till inauguration. Ray Smith, Trump should make Election Day a holiday. Yep, I believe that. And Khalib King, thank you very much. So, somebody asked, what was that about Twitter? Or X, you asked me. What did you ask me to show? 1 second. Somebody asked me to show them something about X. Where is it? Well, anyway, okay. Can't find you on Fanfare Group or X. I don't want to use YouTube. All right, so to find me on X, all you have to do is go to x.com, which I have open, and you can simply search my name, and it'll come up. Once you start typing it, can you guys see that? Let me shrink this together down. Alright, so if you go to X, go home, you can't see the whole screen for some reason, but if you could, let me see if I can move it over. way over here is crap. I'm gonna have to make it. Oh, you can see it over here. Is a search bar. Let me. Not sure why that wasn't showing up. Let me move it this way. Hold on. Trying to show you something. But all you really have to do is, I can't get it to the full size. But anyway, all you have to do is go up to the search right here, and if you search in here and basically just type my name, there I am. You see me there, Barry Cunningham. It's that simple. So it's not a whole lot of searching you have to do. You just have to search and do a search. And I just put in BA and I showed up. And then there's me right there. If you wanted to watch live, you just simply click here. And if you wanted to join the community, you just click in here and just, request membership. That's it. It's that easy. Search my name. I show up. And we're right there. It's literally that easy. All right, everybody. If you have any other questions, go ahead and not DM me, but post something inside of the forum. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna get something to eat and go to bed and get ready for tomorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. Love you guys. Awesome.